We take a trip back in time. Every decade adds something unique to history. The 70s brought a vibrant explosion of love, peace, and funk. The 90s saw a wave of self-expression and the rise of the internet. But right in between, we had the 80s, a decade with a certain magic to it. Epic movies hit the big screen, the music scene changed forever thanks to the king of pop, and even the colors were more vibrant. It's a decade that left such a lasting impact that many still rank it as the best of the 20th century. And while plenty of people love and miss the 80s, Rockstar Games was no exception. After releasing Grand Theft Auto 3, the team originally set out to make an expansion. But as development went on, they realized they were crafting something much bigger. A full-blown love letter to the 80s. That expansion turned into a masterpiece that still holds up today. Welcome to episode 4 of the Rockstar Takeover. Today, we're keeping our friends close with Grand Theft Auto Vice City. Before we dive in, I just want to say thanks for tuning to the Rockstar Takeover. We are 4 episodes in, and there's still a long journey ahead. If you want to be a part of that journey, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss a video. And if you enjoy this one, don't forget to hit that like button. It helps the algorithm push this video to more people who might love this content too. With that said, let's dive into this. If you haven't checked out my other Grand Theft Auto retrospectives, here's a quick recap. In the late 80s in Dundee, Scotland, a small group of friends came together at a Kingsway Amateur Computer Club. That group, Russell Kay, Mike Daly, Steve Hammond, Gary Timmons, and David Jones, will go on to form a company called DMA Design. At first, success was hard to come by, but that changed when they created Lemmings, a game that made them a household name. After Lemmings, Mike Daly started experimenting with a top-down cityscape concept, adding cars that drove around the environment. When David Jones saw the potential in the idea, he joined in, and together they turned it into something special. Originally titled Race and Chase, the project stirred controversy when it was rebranded as Grand Theft Auto. The game launched in 1997, becoming both a hit and a lightning rod for controversy, even getting banned in Brazil and Australia. Following GTA's success, instead of jumping straight to a sequel, Take-Two Interactive greenlit 2 expansions, GTA London 1969 and GTA London 1961. Then in 1999, DMA with Rockstar Games as the publisher released GTA 2. It was also around this time that Rockstar would acquire DMA Design, shortly after co-founder David Jones left the company right as the next game was entering development. That game was Grand Theft Auto 3. When it dropped, it wasn't just another sequel, it was a revolution. Open world gaming had never seen anything like it, and GTA 3 changed the entire genre. Also, after the release of GTA 3, the name DMA would be changed to Rockstar North. With the hype at an all-time high, the question was, what will come next? And that brings us to where we are now. Shortly after GTA 3 launched, the team at Rockstar shifted their focus to the PC port. During this time, they started tossing around ideas for an expansion. Of course, expansions weren't new to GTA. They had already done it with London 69 and London 61. But with GTA 3 receiving massive success and critical acclaim, it was only a matter of time before the next big game dropped. As they explored their expansion concept, they realized it was simply too big for a mere add-on. This wasn't just an expansion. It deserved to be its own full-fledged title. According to Leslie Benzies, he stated, we did not really sit down with the intention of making a sequel. After we released GTA 3, we spent a few months working on the PC version and then started thinking about things we could put in the mission pack, such as new weapons, vehicles, and cool missions. Basically anything we wanted to put into GTA 3 but had not been able to do. We realized that there was so much stuff for a mission pack and that it should probably be its own game. We were all on quite a high from finishing GTA 3, and I think we all wanted to see where we could take the concept. So the core of the game started falling into place quite quickly.
Not as crazy as Vice City though, because that was just 1 year. In that year, we also did the PC version of GTA 3, so that year it was a bit much. But GTA 3 was fine, yeah, it was fun.
In the early design meetings, almost every major city and region on Earth was pitched as a potential setting. The team considered revisiting London and a few other locations. But Sam Houser, one of Rockstar Games' founders, was especially drawn to Miami, thanks to his love for Miami Vice. What's interesting is that back when they were developing the GTA London expansion, the team had briefly considered setting the game in 1980s Miami, but ultimately went in a different direction. So in many ways, this project felt like a full circle moment for them. According to Sam Houser, he stated, "When we were doing the London pack for the first GTA, the idea we had after that was to do Miami in the 80s, but for one reason or another, it didn't come together. So you got the idea and it's about gangsters and the mobster underculture and a celebration of all things along those lines. And you think, where do we take this now? With something like the GTA series, there are a lot of options. You can have more fun in Liberty City, or you can do this or do that. But as we were all talking, the idea that seemed to have the most meat on it, the one that had the most material that we could work with in a lot of areas we're interested in, the vibe, the storytelling, the culture, the fashion, the music, and on, was Miami in the 80s. For this game, Miami became the primary inspiration. The team wanted to capture the essence of the city while blending it with the larger-than-life energy of the 1980s culture. While Miami Vice was a major influence, another key inspiration was Scarface. To truly elevate the experience, Rockstar followed the same approach they took with GTA 3, bringing in well-known celebrities as voice actors. This time, the cast featured talent like Danny Trejo and the late Ray Liotta. Having professional actors added a layer of cinematic immersion that made the world feel more alive, solidifying it as a key part of the GTA formula.
This shit is hardcore. Hell yeah. You know, but you gotta see, once they put this shit together, it's gonna be what they say, off the hook.
So he wants Grand Theft Auto.
Funny old game, isn't it? Eh?
The guy says, "Who's buying this?" And he points to me.
Yeah.
I come over and he says, "Are you buying this?" I said, "Yeah, I'm buying it for my son." He said, "Are you sure your son, you want your son to see this?"
I've been shot, I believe it. I've been shot.
Little's a bad word in any circumstance. Little money, little dick, little house, little car. Little's bad.
Don't take it personally, my dear.
Look, you know what Lucky stands for? L-U-C-K-Y? L-U-C-K-Y means living under correct knowledge yearly.
I understand it now. Okay. I understand it now.
For $320, give him a stick? I mean, shit, let him be. I'll take an ass whipping for $320.
I stick my neck out for nobody.
Yeah.
This is a disaster. We are so screwed, man. I was in it.
That was perfect.
I was in it.
That was excellent.
When it felt so good.
It's so funny that the only thing that I'd ever do, and it's this.
Yeah.
You know, the most nastiest thing ever.
Yeah, it's like a whole new ball game here. The only thing is I don't get to beat you up.
So it's supposed to be kind of like sex?
I've always wanted to do that.
Oh, or I'm eating a chocolate bar.
No. You guys gonna have a kickoff party with food? Because I show up with this food.
Yeah.
With the strong team in place, GTA Vice City officially entered development in early 2002. What's interesting is the entire project came together in just 9 months as Rockstar North launched Grand Theft Auto Vice City on October 29th, 2002.
Grand Theft Auto Vice City, coming soon on PlayStation 2. Rated M for mature.
Here is a quick spoiler alert as I'm about to tell the story behind GTA Vice City. There will also be light spoilers from GTA 3. Now, if you're not a fan of spoilers, please advance this video to the gameplay overview section as seen on the timeline below. Let's dive into this. So understand there are 38 story missions and in total 86 missions. I will be telling the main linear story behind GTA Vice City. So I won't be covering Umberto, Auntie Poulet, or even the asset missions until later in the video. I just wanted to make sure I clear that up as it's coming later. The game opens up in Marco's Bistro in Liberty City in 1986. Inside, a meeting is taking place with Sonny Forelli, the head of the Forelli crime family. If you remember from GTA 3, the Forelli family was the biggest rival of the Leone crime family. During the meeting, they discussed Tommy Vercetti, a former Forelli associate who's finally getting out of prison after serving 15 years. Knowing his history, the Forelli family sees him as a liability, so they decide to send him down to Vice City under the guise of expanding their operations. Their real plan: let Tommy build up his name and influence and then pull the rug out from under him when the time is right. The scene shifts to Escobar International Airport in Vice City, where Ken Rosenberg, a sleazy lawyer, is waiting to pick up Tommy accompanied by two associates, Harry and Lee. Their destination? A drug deal at the Vice City docks. At first, everything seems to be going smoothly until they get ambushed. In the chaos, nearly everyone involved is wiped out, except for Tommy, Ken, and the man operating a plane. All the parties involved barely escape with their lives. Shaken by the ordeal, Ken heads home to sleep off the stress, while Tommy checks into the Ocean View Hotel. It's here that he gets a phone call from Sonny Forelli. Tommy explains that the deal went south, and Sonny immediately flips out. But Tommy, determined to make things right, gives Sonny his word. He's gonna get that money back, no matter what it takes.
Hello, Sonny.
Tommy! Tommy, it's been too long. I know. You're just overwhelmed with emotion. 15 years.
Seems like only yesterday. I guess that's a perspective thing.
Hey, doing time for the family is no piece of cake, but the family looks after its own, okay? So how'd the deal go down? You sitting on some white gold?
Look, Sonny, we were set up. The deal was an ambush. Harry and Lee are dead.
You better be kidding me, Tommy! Tell me you still got the money.
No, Sonny. I don't have the money.
That was my money, Tommy! My money! You better not be screwing me, Tommy, because you know I'm not a man to be screwed with!
Wait, Sonny. You have my personal assurance that I'm gonna get you your money back, and the drugs, and I'm gonna mail you the dicks of those responsible.
Hey, I already know that. You're not a fool, Tommy, but I warn you, neither am I. If it was anybody else, you'd be dead already. But because it's you, because we got history, I'm gonna let you handle this.
Look, Sonny, you got my word.
I'll be in touch.
The following morning, Tommy returns to Ken Rosenberg's office, only to find him still panicking over the botched deal. Ken fears for his life, worried that the Forellis might come down to Vice City and take revenge. Meanwhile, Tommy stays calm and focused. He's determined to track down whoever stole his drugs and make them disappear. Ken, trying to be helpful, mentions a retired colonel named Juan Garcia Cortez, who is the one that set up the drug deal. As luck would have it, Cortez is hosting a party on his yacht, and Ken hands Tommy an invite. Before heading to the party, Ken suggests that Tommy upgrade his wardrobe and sends him to Raphael's for a sharper suit. After changing into his new threads, Tommy spots a bike outside, borrows it, and makes his way to the yacht. At the party, Tommy meets Colonel Cortez, who welcomes him aboard. He's soon introduced to Mercedes Cortez, the colonel's daughter, who gives him a quick rundown of the VIPs in attendance. But Tommy's attention shifts when a man named Ricardo Diaz enters the party. Sensing his interest, Mercedes fills him in. Diaz is a powerful and dangerous man in Vice City. As Diaz notices Mercedes and calls her over, she brushes him off and instead chooses to leave the party with Tommy.
Buenas noches. I understand you are here on the behalf of Mr. Rosenberg. I hope any recent problems have not affected his health or mental well-being, Mr.
Versetti. He's just got a touch of agoraphobia.
Excellent, excellent. And you?
I just want my merchandise.
It's an unfortunate set of circumstances for all involved. Of course, I have initiated my own lines of inquiry, but such a delicate matter will take time. Perhaps we'll talk later. Meanwhile, let me introduce you to my daughter. Mercedes! Cara mia, could you look after our guest while I attend to my necessary obligations?
Of course, Daddy.
Please, excuse me.
Mercedes?
You try living with it. Anyway, let me point out some of our more distinguished guests. That's our Congressman Alex Shrub with Rising Silicon Star, Candy Sachs.
And have you met my lovely wife, Laura? No? Well, unfortunately, she's in Alabama. This is Candy.
And over there, we have the Vice City Mamba's star titan, BJ. Always the charmer.
I blocked down on him, and then I put him in a wheelchair.
That is good. Well, now, I'm looking at some prime...
And that poolside amphibian is Jez Torrent, lead singer with Love Fist.
Can I tell you, do you know how they play ping pong in Thailand? Let me tell you. It does not involve a paddle, if you know.
Impotent. And the chatty trio, that sleeping sweat gland is Papa's right-hand gimp, Gonzalez. And the other two are Pastor Richards and pseudo-intellectual film director Steve Scott.
Throws a passion with the Nympho invaders when the giant shark comes in and just bites their dicks off. Now, you never saw anything like that before.
Colonel, your party's as ever a triumph. I can only apologize.
Oh, de nada, amigo. How do we find you?
Our business is very trying. Barbarians at the gate. A time for rewarding one's friends and liquidating one's enemies, amigo.
Who's the loudmouth?
Ricardo Diaz. He's Mr. Cope.
Mercedes!
Oh, I was just taking my friend back into town. Another time, Ricardo.
Ricardo, let's go.
Let's get out of here. Actually, take me to the pole position.
After leaving the party, Tommy takes Mercedes to the pole position club before heading back to Ken Rosenberg's office. Unsurprisingly, Ken is still panicking over the failed deal. Tommy, staying focused, tells him they need a lead, someone who knows the streets. Ken mentions Kent Paul. Ken tells Tommy that Kent Paul hangs out at the Malibu Club and has his ear to the streets when it comes to intel. Wasting no time, Tommy heads to the Malibu Club where he finds Kent Paul and presses him for information about the ambush. Paul spills that there's a chef working on Ocean Drive who's been flashing more cash than usual, definitely more than a cook should be making. It's enough to raise suspicion overall. Tommy follows up on the lead, heading to the back alleys of Ocean Drive, where he spots the chef on a phone call. Not wasting any time, Tommy confronts him, and things quickly turn physical. A fight breaks out, and Tommy takes down the chef. Before Tommy can catch his breath, a man in a white suit approaches. Lance Vance. Lance reveals that he's also looking for the people behind the ambush, as his brother was caught up in the deal. Before they can talk much longer, more chefs pour out the building, forcing Tommy and Lance to make a quick exit.
Oh, way to go, tough guy. Beat him to a pulp. That should make him real chatty.
You want some too?
Hey, chill. I want what you want, brother.
Oh, yeah? And what's that?
Your green and my dead brother's white lady. Unfortunately, you just silenced our lead.
Accidents happen. Get lost.
Hey, whoa. No need to go all long range on my ass. The way I see it, we two hombres in a strange town. We need to watch each other's back.
My back's just fine, brother.
You sure about that? Here, take this. Follow me.
After making it back to Ocean Drive, Lance tells Tommy that he'll be keeping his ear to the streets, making sure they stay ahead of whoever set them up. As Tommy lingers outside, his phone rings. On the other end, a nervous voice mistakes him from someone else. Leo, the chef Tommy just took out. The caller mentions having a buyer lined up for Diaz's merchandise, but before Tommy can press for more details, the guy gets paranoid and hangs up. Back at Rosenberg's office, Ken warns Tommy that it's only a matter of time before the Forellis make their way down south. To keep that from happening, they need to make sure Giorgio Forelli, who's facing 5 years for fraud, gets a not guilty verdict. Tommy handles the situation the Vice City way, by tracking down the 2 jurors and smashing up their cars. Message received, crisis averted. With Tommy making a name for itself, Avery Carrington, one of the high rollers from Cortez's party, shows up at Rosenberg's office with a business proposition. Spand Express is a small company sitting on some prime development land, and they are refusing to settle. Avery needs Tommy to send them a message. The plan? Start a riot to distract security and then wipe out their delivery trucks. Tommy gets suited up in some overalls from Raphael's and heads to the Spand Express depot. Once there, he sparks a riot by attacking some of the striking workers, then takes out the remaining security guards and blows up the delivery trucks. With that job done, Tommy's reputation is growing fast. Both Avery Carrington and Juan Cortez now need more of his services. After causing that riot, he gets a call from General Cortez.
Hola, is this Mr. Versetti?
Yeah.
This is Cortez. You were at my party?
Yeah, I remember.
Mr. Versetti, it was a most unfortunate incident that happened with your business deal.
I know.
I want you to know me and my people are doing their utmost to get to the bottom of it. If you'd like to talk to me more privately, you can find me at the boat, huh? Okay? Good day, senor.
Meeting Cortez aboard his yacht, Tommy learns that Gonzalez, once a trusted associate, has become a liability. Not only does he owe Cortez, but his incompetence is starting to cause problems. Tommy suspects that he might be the one who sabotaged a drug deal, but Cortez has only one order: eliminate Gonzalez, handing Tommy a chainsaw. Cortez promises a reward once the job is done. Tommy tracks down Gonzalez, plays Vice City Chainsaw Massacre, and returns to Cortez, though his mind is still locked on one thing: who set him up? Cortez assures him he's still looking into it but has another job in the meantime. Cortez sends Tommy to meet a courier, Pierre Laponce, at the Washington Mall to retrieve some guidance chips that Laponce is delivering. But the deal goes sideways, fast. Just before Tommy can secure the chips, the GIGN ambushes the exchange. Laponce panics and makes a break for it and jumps on a parked PCJ-600 to escape. Tommy has no choice but to chase him down, take him out, and recover the chips. Returning to the Ocean Bay Marina, Tommy hands over the merchandise. With that business handled, Cortez has another task. His good friend, Ricardo Diaz, is about to close a deal with the Cubans, but extra security won't hurt. He wants Tommy to protect Diaz to make sure he's prepared. Cortez has arranged some firepower for him in a Washington Beach parking garage. After gearing up, Tommy meets with Lance once again, and the two head over to the meeting spot. Everything seems fine until, out of nowhere, the Haitians ambush the deal, turning it into a bloodbath. Tommy and Lance fight off the attackers, but in the chaos, one of the Haitians snatches Diaz's money and takes off. Tommy wastes no time. Grabbing a bike, he hunts the thief down, takes him out, and retrieves Diaz's cash, ensuring the job is done right. After the job is done, Cortez calls Tommy, thanks him for his skills, and asks for some more work.
Tommy, it's Ricardo Diaz. I want to thank you for looking out for me, my man. I asked that prick Cortez, he said you're the real deal, my friend. Will you not come see me? I need a guy like you. All I have now is dickheads. Dickheads everywhere, yo. I make you real rich.
At Diaz's mansion on Starfish Island, Tommy finds Diaz in one of his usual fits, furious over a horse race that didn't go his way. But instead of dwelling on it, Diaz has a task for him. Someone has been skimping cash from his operations, and he wants Tommy to follow the thief back to his hideout. Tommy tails the guy across the city, tracking him all the way to Prawn Island, where he watches from a distance and takes note of his hideout. Back at Diaz's mansion, Tommy returns to find Diaz in another tantrum. this time yelling into the phone and thrashing everything around him. Based on what Tommy uncovered at Prawn Island, Diaz now wants the gang running things there wiped out. To make it happen, he arranges for Tommy to meet Quentin, a pilot who fly him over the area. But Tommy instantly recognizes this isn't Quentin, it's Lance Vance. Outside, Tommy pulls Lance aside and presses him for answers. That's when Lance finally comes clean. Word on the street is that Diaz is the one that sabotaged the deal, and he's the one that had Lance's brother eliminated.
What are you doing here?
Hey, I've been asking around. It's obvious that Diaz jumped the deal and iced my brother.
And he'll kill you too.
I can take Diaz.
No, listen to me. I'll handle Diaz. He's beginning to trust me.
The two fly over Prawn Island and wipe out the gang occupying the area. Tommy heads inside, takes down the remaining members, and recovers the stolen money. After this, Diaz gives Tommy another job. He wants him to steal a boat, but not just any boat, the fastest boat in Vice City. Tommy heads to the docks, swipes the vessel, and delivers it straight to Diaz's mansion. For the next mission, Diaz fills them in on a major opportunity. Every month, a freelancer sails into Vice City aboard a yacht known as the Drug Boat. He sells his cargo to the first buyers to reach him, and Diaz wants Tommy and Lance to be those buyers. Outside, Tommy and Lance race to the drop-off location. On the way, Lance presses Tommy, questioning why they're still waiting to take out Diaz now that they know he's the one that sabotaged their deal. Tommy makes it clear he's playing the long game. He's not just looking to take Diaz down, he wants to take over Vice City. After completing the mission, Tommy continues to run jobs, stealing a military tank for Juan Cortez and instigating a gang war between the Cubans and the Haitians for A.B. Carrington. Soon, Tommy gets a call from Kent Paul, tells him they need to talk immediately. Tommy heads to the Malibu Club where Paul drops a bombshell. Lance went after Diaz alone and failed. Now he's captured and is being held at a junkyard. Tommy fights his way through the junkyard, making it to the storage hangar in the back. There he finds Lance, badly wounded but still alive. Furious, Tommy berates him, telling him he's blown all his careful planning to crap. But Lance fires back. This was about revenge. Diaz eliminated his brother and he couldn't wait any longer. Realizing they have no choice now, Tommy decides to strike before Diaz can strike first. He gets Lance out and drives him to the hospital, telling him to meet him at the bridge to Starfish Island once he's recovered. When the time comes, the two of them gear up and execute their plan. Storming Diaz's mansion, they gun down his henchmen and make their way to Diaz himself. In the final showdown, Tommy and Lance take him down together, sharing the last shot.
You stupid pricks! My beautiful house! Look what you've done to it!
This is for my brother!
I trusted you, Tommy. I would have had you made.
Say goodnight, Mr. Diaz.
With Diaz gone, Tommy and Lance realize they are now the owners of his mansion. Wasting no time, they rebrand it as Vercetti Estates. Now officially starting his takeover of Vice City, Tommy, Lance, Avery, and Kent walk through the mansion, taking in their triumph. But not everything is smooth sailing. Word of Diaz's demise spreads fast, and with him out of the picture, local businesses stop paying for protection. Tommy heads to the North Point Mall, launching a hit-and-run assault on shop fronts to send a message. The Vercetti name means business. Back at Vercetti Estates, tensions continue to rise. Lance informs Tommy that a local bar is refusing to pay up, claiming they are already under protection from local thugs. But instead of showing urgency, Lance stays calm, saying he'll handle it. That sets Tommy off. He's furious at Lance's lack of aggression. Not willing to waste time, Tommy takes two of his men and personally deals with the problem instantly. Later, Lance calls Tommy and it's clear he's pissed. He vents about how Tommy treats him like a sidekick and not a partner. The tension escalates fast as Tommy doesn't hold back, warning Lance not to screw him over.
Tommy, we gotta talk about stuff.
What's the problem, Lance?
It's you, my friend. I feel you're not giving me a fair slice. And more than that, you've been embarrassing me in front of the boys. I can't have that.
Lance, it ain't like that. You've been making mistakes.
Tommy, I'm not your message boy. I'm not your running boy.
Lance, don't screw up and we won't have any problems. I screw up, you can lay into me anytime.
Tommy, I done everything for you. You treat me like a fool. Don't do that.
Lance, I won't rip you off or stab you in the back, okay? Just take it easy. This is tough enough without you getting all emotional on me. Trust me. Do you hear me? Do you hear me?
I hear you, Tommy, but I can't take this much more.
Lance, don't be like this. Now I'm warning you. Do you hear me? Just relax. Take a few days off, okay? I'll talk to you.
Back at Vercetti Estate, Tommy finds Lance heated, yelling at one of the guys. He's clearly pissed about something that just went down. As Tommy walks in, Lance immediately turns to him and the two start arguing over a failed bomb detonation at Tarbush Cafe in North Point Mall. With the cops swarming the area, Lance wants to call it off, but Tommy isn't backing down. He comes up with a plan. They'll pose as cops to get inside and finish the job themselves. Over in Vice Point, the duo ambush two officers, steal their uniforms, and make their way to the mall. Now disguised as cops, Tommy strolls right past the police and military presence at the cafe. With no hesitation, he detonates the bomb. The explosion rocks the mall. The FBI instantly go on high alert, but Tommy and Lance manage to shake them off and make their way back to Vercetti Estate. With Vercetti Estate fully established, Tommy's next move is to expand his empire. He needs at least 5 assets generating steady income. This could be anything from the boatyard to the Malibu Club, but the Printworks is non-negotiable. Once Tommy locks in his 5th asset, he gets 2 important calls. The first, Ken Rosenberg, in full panic mode, getting a warning from Sonny Forelli. Keep in mind, Sonny is getting impatient with Tommy since he never paid him the money, which was lost during the drug deal. He's also angry that he has cut off all his connections with him. But it's the second call that really matters. Something's going down at Printworks. Tommy rushes over and the news isn't good. Sonny Forelli's Mafia is in Vice City.
Okay, what's the emergency?
Tommy. Some mob thugs said they'd come to take their cut. Said it was a Mr. Forello's money. I feel like crap.
Forelli? Sonny Forelli?
Yeah, that's the guy. I think. They were very insistent.
I'm not angry with you. Get him to the hospital.
Tommy, rip that guy a new asshole for me.
I'm gonna rip him too!
Tommy tracks down the mafia members who have been taxing his businesses and wipes them out. Just as he thinks things are settling down, his phone rings again. It's Lance. He sounds tense, telling Tommy that there's big trouble and that he needs to see him immediately. Turns out Sonny Forelli is done playing games. After failing to muscle in on Tommy's empire, the Forelli crime family is making their move. Sonny himself on his way from Liberty City, ready to settle things in person and take back what he believes is his cut. With Ken and Lance both warning him, Tommy comes up with a plan. He sets aside $3 million in counterfeit cash to buy himself some time. Sonny arrives at Vercetti Estate, flanked by Forelli family enforcers. Tommy meets him at the mansion, prepared to hand over the fake money, but before he can go through with it, Lance turns on him. Without hesitation, Lance betrays Tommy, saying it's just business. Sonny sees right through the scheme and calls out Tommy's attempt to scam him with fake money. But Tommy, still processing Lance's backstab, just smirks. He tells Sonny he wanted to piss him off right before eliminating him. A massive gunfight erupts inside the mansion. Forelli's goons flood the halls, trying to take Tommy's empire. As Tommy fights his way through, Lance flees to the roof. Cutting through the waves of Forelli soldiers, Tommy makes his way up, finally confronting Lance at the top. After a brief standoff, Tommy puts an end to him. With Lance dead, Tommy heads back downstairs for his final showdown with Sonny. 15 years of betrayal, prison, and power struggles come to a head. Sonny still believes that he owns Tommy's life, but Tommy isn't having it. Without hesitation, he finishes Sonny for good. As the dust settles, Ken cautiously reappears, asking what the hell happened. Tommy brushes it off, calling it a disagreement with the business associate. With Sonny gone and Lance's betrayal behind him, Tommy finally secures his empire as he tells Ken they won't be having any more problems from up north, thus bringing an end to Grand Theft Auto Vice City's story.
Tommy? Oh my God, Tommy, what happened?
What does it look like?
It looks like you ruined your suit, and Tommy, that was a beautiful suit. Tommy, what on earth happened?
Had a disagreement with a business associate. You know how it is.
Tommy, I have a disagreement. I send them an angry letter. Maybe I pee in their mailbox. I don't start World War III. You know, maybe you should speak to my shrink.
That stupid prick Lance.
Tommy, I never liked that guy, okay? He's neurotic, he's insecure, he's self-centered. The guy's an asshole. I'm glad you took him out.
I don't think we're gonna be getting any more heat from up north either. Because there ain't no up north anymore. It's all down south now.
Wait, does that mean what I think it means? Tommy, baby!
What do you think it means?
That we're in charge. I mean that you're in charge. Oh, Tommy!
You know, Ken, I think this could be the beginning of a beautiful business relationship. After all, you're a conniving, backstabbing two-bit thief, and I'm a convicted psychotic killer and drug dealer.
I know. Ain't it just beautiful?
Now, let's break down this game to its bare bones and cover anything I might have missed in the narrative. While Vice City tells a different story from GTA 3, it's very much connected to it. And the biggest connection, the Forelli crime family. The game opens up in Marco's Bistro, the same spot where Claude later plants a bomb on Mike Forelli's car in GTA 3. Speaking of Mike Forelli, he's actually the brother of this game's main antagonist, Sonny Forelli. If you recall, the Forelli crime family was one of the major mafia families in GTA 3, constantly clashing with the Leone family. But Vice City doesn't just tie into GTA through its story, it also brings back some familiar faces. For example, Phil Cassidy and Donald Love both return. And if you played GTA 3, you'll remember Phil Cassidy was missing his left arm. In GTA 3, he claims he lost it in the war, but in Vice City, we revealed the truth. He got drunk, played with his boom shine, and boom. Just take a look.
Shh, Tommy. Hey, come over here because there's something I want to show you. Something.
Oof, God, should I be able to smell that from way over here?
Don't you worry about the
Phil,
smell,
oof.
Tommy. You just watch this. Shitty, cheap bandits or something. There's some more on the bench. Ta-da! Oh, damn!
It's a hilarious moment, but it also slightly messes with the continuity. Since in Vice City he loses his right arm, in GTA 3 we notice he's missing his left. But beyond little details like that, Vice City does something great. It fleshes out these characters and shows how they became the people we see in GTA 3. It's not just a prequel to the city, it's a prequel to the people who shaped it. When looking at GTA Vice City, its approach to storytelling is a complete opposite of GTA 3. One key difference: while Claude helps someone else build their empire, Tommy Vercetti in Vice City builds his own. Now, it's no secret that Scarface was a huge inspiration for this game, so let's take a moment to compare. Both Tony Montana and Tommy Vercetti spent time in prison and hit rock bottom before their rise to power. Tony wants to make a name for himself and build an empire, and everything changes after a botched drug deal. Sounds familiar? Tommy's life also takes a sharp turn after his own deal goes south. From there, both characters begin climbing the ranks and taking control. Eventually, they betray the people they once worked for, after those very same people try to eliminate them first. In Scarface, Tony takes down Frank Lopez after Frank's failed hit on him. In Vice City, Tommy and Lance take down Diaz after he tries to have them eliminated. Once they seize power, both men's empires reach new heights, living out the dark side of the American dream. But this is where their stories diverge completely. We all know how Tony Montana's story ends, paranoid, alone, and gunned down in his own mansion. But for Tommy Vercetti, it's the opposite. He comes out on top. Now, keep in mind, it was always inevitable for Tommy to carve out his own empire. Even Sonny Forelli knows this. The moment Tommy got out, Sonny knew he was the perfect guy to take over Vice City. It's almost like Tommy was following Tony Montana's motto, "The world is yours." Just look at the assets he can acquire: a boatyard, an ice cream factory, an auto body shop, a film studio, a cab business, a printing shop, and a nightclub. Each of these generates money over time, turning Tommy into a true kingpin. And what's so wild, Sonny saw it coming. Even Tommy admits to having this mindset when Lance presses him about why he doesn't just act. But Tommy isn't making rash moves. He's looking at the entire board, not just one piece. And the craziest part, the game told us from the very start exactly what Tommy was gonna do.
Tommy Vercetti? Shit. Didn't think they'd ever let him out.
He kept his head down. Helps people forget.
People will remember soon enough. When they see him walking down the streets of their neighborhoods, it will be bad for business.
Well, what are we gonna do, Sonny?
We treat him like an old friend and keep him busy out of town, okay? We've been talking about expanding down south, right? Vice City is 24 karat gold these days. The Colombians, the Mexicans, hell, even those Cuban refugees are cutting themselves a piece of some nice action.
But it's all drugs, Sonny. None of the families will touch that shit.
Times are changing. The families can't keep their backs turned while our enemies reap the rewards. So, we send someone down to do the dirty work for us and cut ourselves a nice, quiet slice, okay? Who's our contact down there?
Ken Rosenberg, schmuck of a lawyer. How's he gonna hold Vercetti's leash?
We don't need him to. We just set him loose in Vice City. We give him a little cash to get started, okay? Give it a few months. Then we go down. Pay him a little visit, right? See how he's doing.
While in GTA 3, the story revolved around Claude getting his revenge on Catalina, in Vice City, the story starts with a revenge element that changes into jealousy and eventually betrayal. The game begins with Tommy Vercetti seeking revenge after a drug deal gone wrong, echoing Claude's initial motivation in GTA 3. However, as Tommy establishes himself in Vice City, the narrative shifts. His quest for vengeance transforms into a broader ambition to dominate the city's criminal underworld. This transition introduces elements of jealousy as Tommy envies the power and influence held by established crime figures in Vice City.
Oh, we gotta redecorate this place. We gotta make it look older. I can't stand this look. Tommy, what do you say? What do you say we put a bar in?
You're my lawyer, Rosenberg, not my interior decorator. Got it? Listen to me. The time to take over this town is now. It's all out there waiting for us.
We need to start seizing territory and let Vice City know we're the new players in town. You know what I'm saying?
What you need is a legitimate front, Tommy. Real estate. It's never done me no harm.
We need to start using some muscle, or we can kiss all that hard work goodbye. Local business know Diaz is dead, and they're refusing to pay protection.
Oh, we could try bribery.
Bribery? Screw bribery. I'll show you how to make them scared. I'll be back here in 5 minutes.
When looking at jealousy, we have a clear picture of Lance Vance. Lance's jealousy in Vice City stems from his complex relationship with Tommy Vercetti and his own insecurities. As Tommy rises to power in Vice City, Lance feels increasingly sidelined and underappreciated, reminiscent of how his brother treated him in the past. Yes, that video is coming out soon as well. Despite being instrumental in helping Tommy take down Ricardo Diaz, Lance grows resentful of Tommy's success and dominance in the criminal underworld. He craves recognition as an equal partner and earner, but Tommy's tendency to talk down to him and treat him like a subordinate fuels his jealousy.
Tommy, we gotta talk about stuff.
What's the problem, Lance?
It's you, my friend. I feel you're not giving me a fair slice. And more than that, you've been embarrassing me in front of the boys. I can't have that.
Lance, it ain't like that. You've been making mistakes.
Tommy, I'm not your message boy. I'm not your running boy.
Lance, don't screw up and we won't have any problems. I screw up, you can lay into me anytime.
Tommy, I done everything for you. You treat me like a fool. Don't do that.
Lance, I won't rip you off or stab you in the back, okay? Just take it easy. This is tough enough without you getting all emotional on me. Trust me. Do you hear me? Do you hear me?
I hear you, Tommy, but I can't take this much more.
Lance, don't be like this. Now I'm warning you. Do you hear me? Just relax. Take a few days off, okay? I'll talk to you.
As the story progresses, betrayal becomes a central theme. Tommy's rise to power is marked by shifting alliances and double crosses. Characters who initially appear as allies reveal hidden agendas, forcing Tommy to navigate a web of deceit. This culminates in a dramatic betrayal by his mentor and supposed friend, Sonny Forelli, adding a personal dimension to the conflict that goes beyond simple revenge or power struggles.
Tommy! What? No big hugs for your old buddy?
I've had 15 years out of the loop. I'm a bit rusty on family etiquette.
Oh, he's angry, huh, Tommy? Didn't I say your temper would get you into trouble, huh?
There's 3 mil in the cases.
How many was it, 10? No, 11 men. That's how you get to be called the Howard Butcher.
You sent me to kill one man. One man! They knew I was coming, Sonny.
Tommy, watch your tone. Anyone would think you blame me for that unfortunate set of circumstances.
Just take the money.
Get the damn cash. You know, Tommy, I did what I could for you. I pulled strings, called in favors. I was your friend, Tommy. I hoped you'd see sense, see what's good for business. I trusted you, Tommy, and you disappointed me. But at least someone in your chicken shit organization knows how to do business. Isn't that right, Lance?
Sorry, Tommy. This is Vice City. This is business.
You sold us out.
No, I sold you out, Tommy. I sold you out. The real cash is upstairs in the safe.
So, Tommy, what was the big plan? You think I just take the fake cash, save face, and run away with my tail between my legs?
No. I just wanted to piss you off before I kill you.
The evolution from revenge to jealousy and ultimately betrayal in Vice City's narrative reflects the game's more matured and layered storytelling compared to GTA 3. It presents a protagonist who's not just reacting to events, but actively shaping them while also falling victim to the very criminal world he seeks to control. This narrative complexity contributed significantly to Vice City's critical acclaim and its enduring popularity among fans of the series.
Oh my God, Tommy, what happened?
What does it look like?
It looks like you ruined your suit, and Tommy, that was a beautiful suit. Tommy, what on earth happened?
Had a disagreement with a business associate. You know how it is.
Tommy, I have a disagreement. I send them an angry letter. Maybe I pee in their mailbox. I don't start World War III. You know, maybe you should speak to my shrink.
That stupid prick, Lance.
Tommy, I never liked that guy, okay? He's neurotic, he's insecure, he's self-centered. The guy's an asshole. I'm glad you took him out.
I don't think we're gonna be getting any more heat from up north either. Because there ain't no up north anymore. It's all down south now.
Wait, does that mean what I think it means? Tommy, baby!
What do you think it means?
That we're in charge. I mean that you're in charge. Oh, Tommy!
You know, Ken, I think this could be the beginning of a beautiful business relationship. After all, you're a conniving, backstabbing two-bit thief, and I'm a convicted psychotic killer and drug dealer.
I know. Ain't it just beautiful?
Now, let's uncover the setting of this game as one of the most important characters. This game offers a scathing critique of the dark underbelly of the American dream, presenting a vibrant yet corrupt vision of 1980s Miami that exposes the hollowness behind the glitz and glamour. The game's setting, a fictionalized version of Miami, serves as a microcosm of the excess and contradictions of the American dream. Vice City's neon-lit streets and sun-soaked beaches mask a city underworld of crime, violence, and moral decay. Through its narrative and gameplay, the game illustrates how the pursuit of wealth and power often comes at the cost of one's integrity and humanity. A prime example would be Ricardo Diaz. He literally shows what happens when power goes to someone's head. His morality has been cut by a sharp knife due to his status. He feels like he can do anything he wants.
Never trust a goddamn horse! You do a good job. You work for me now.
I work for money.
As I said, amigo, you work for me now.
I work
Shut
for
up! Some Judas has betrayed me. He thinks I don't know how much money I should be making. But stealing 3% is as good as stealing 100%. No one does this to me. No one. You follow him from his apartment, and you see where he goes. Later, we will kill him.
This asshole thinks he can mess with me? If this is the best Vice City has to offer, this is gonna be easy.
Tommy Vercetti's journey from ex-con to criminal kingpin mirrors the traditional rags to riches narrative, but with a cynical twist. The game doesn't just shy away from showing the consequences of this pursuit, highlighting how the American dream can become a nightmare for those caught in its web.
Oh, good. Listen. I like fish. I love fish. I love them as pets in bowls, or as food on a plate, but as much as I love them, I don't want to sleep with them, okay? But right now, your Italian brothers are coming from up there to fit me with some cement shoes, and I...
Shut up, Ken! Sit down. Lance, what the hell's going on?
It's your friends up north, Tommy. They ain't too happy you capped their man. They're coming down to see the business today.
They took longer than I thought. Guys, we gotta make this final. We gotta leave no doubt that this is my operation. Mine! Ken, you get the first run of counterfeit cash and put 20 mil in briefcases. Lance, you get the guys together.
Much like GTA 3, Vice City's satirical take on American culture extends beyond its main storyline. The game's radio station, advertisements, and side characters all contribute to a biting commentary on materialism, consumerism, and superficiality of the 1980s America. By exaggerating these elements, the game forces players to confront the absurdities and contradictions inherent in the idealized vision of the American dream.
How do you like to enjoy a Rusty Brown's ring donut?
I like to lick lovingly around the outside and then thrust my tongue in the middle.
I like to munch it vigorously.
I just love the batter all over my face.
On Friday nights, I just can't stop eating Rusty Brown's ring donuts.
Oh my God, it's so good.
Sometimes I like to wear women's panties and walk around 5th Street.
When you go downtown, make sure you enjoy Rusty Brown's Ring Donuts.
At the law firm of DeLeo and Furax, we understand that sometimes life throws you a curveball. We help our blue-chip clients get their lives back after circumstances have conspired against them. Just listen.
It was an unfortunate accident what happened to my wife on that precarious cliff. DeLeo and Furax can't bring my wife back, but they made sure I didn't end up in the slammer.
I was unfortunate enough to be found with 15 kilos in my spare tire. I was so mad at the auto repair shop that sold me that tire. Thanks to DeLeo and Furax, the district attorney saw it that way too.
I accidentally torched a Quickie Mart when my medication ran out. DeLeo and Furax helped me and the community by ensuring a healthy settlement from the pharmaceutical company.
At DeLeo and Furex, we understand the judicial system and will ensure the truth is heard, no matter how improbable. We're not cheap, but what price can you put on truth? Call DeLeo and Furex today at 866-974-2333. That's 866-9-SHADY. DeLeo and Furex. Accidents happen, and we'll prove it.
Before diving into character analysis, let's take a moment and look at the gangs, because they're just as important as the narrative. We'll start with the main gang, the Vercetti Gang. Also known as the Vercetti crime family, this organization became a dominant force in Vice City underworld during the events of the game. It was led by the main character Tommy Vercetti, and the gang quickly rose to power in 1986, establishing a firm grip in Vice City. One thing that makes the Vercetti gang stand out is their loyalty to Tommy. Even in hostile situations, his men never turn on him no matter what. But when it comes to the rival gangs, that's a different story. They're aggressive, territorial, and ready to defend their turf at all cost. What's interesting is they even clash with factions like the Cubans and Vice City Bikers, despite Tommy having friendly relations with them during the story. Now, the next game we're going to talk about is the Forelli crime family, which plays a smaller role in the overall story, but they're still a major force. Based in Liberty City, the Forellis were one of the most powerful mafia organizations under the leadership of Sonny Forelli. They were involved in racketeering, drug trafficking, gambling, S-work, and hired hits. But 1986 was the year that changed everything for them. Sonny's decision to send Tommy to Vice City was both strategic and personal, but it backfired massively as Tommy established himself. The conflict escalated, culminating in a final showdown at the Vercetti estate. In one decisive move, Tommy took out both Lance and Sonny, completely ending the Forelli's presence in Vice City. With Sonny gone and their expansion southward a total failure, the Forelli crime family suffered a major blow to their power and reputation. Now let's talk about the Diaz gang, also known as the Diaz Cartel. They are a powerful Colombian drug cartel that was led by Ricardo Diaz, one of the most feared and influential figures in Vice City's underworld during the 80s. Operating out of his luxurious mansion on Starfish Island, Diaz's headquarters was more than just a base. It was a symbol of his wealth and dominance. By 1986, following the downfall of the Mendez cartel, 2 years earlier, the Diaz gang had become the most powerful criminal organization in Vice City. What made Diaz dangerous wasn't just his wealth, but his aggressive and paranoid nature. He stayed on top through ruthless tactics, eliminating rivals and sabotaging deals that could threaten his power. One of Diaz's most pivotal moves happens early in the game. He orchestrates an ambush on a drug deal between the Forelli family and the Vance brothers, eliminating Victor Vance and several Forelli associates. This wasn't just an act of violence. It was a power play. By taking out key players, Diaz seized both the drugs and the money, securing his grip over Vice City's drug trade. Just like those before him, Diaz's reign wouldn't last forever. Eventually, Tommy and Lance launched a full-scale assault on Diaz's mansion, eliminating Diaz and wiping out most of his men. With Diaz gone, his cartel collapses, creating a power vacuum that Tommy Vercetti quickly fills. His new headquarters is the very mansion Diaz once ruled from. Now let's talk about the Cubans. They are a prominent Cuban-American street gang based in Little Havana and are led by Humberto Robina. Unlike the larger scale operations of the mafia or cartels, the Cubans specialize in street-level crime, particularly drug trades. By 1986, the Cubans are locked in a brutal war with their main rivals, the Haitians. This turf war is one of the most intense conflicts in Vice City, as both gangs fight for control over the city's drug trade. Tommy Vercetti gets involved with the Cubans when Humberto Robina recruits him to help with their gang war against the Haitians. Over the course of several missions, Tommy assists the Cubans protecting drug shipments and launching attacks on Haitian territory. This escalates into an all-out war between the two factions. What's interesting is that even though Tommy is technically allied with the Cubans and runs his own gang, The Vercetti and Cubans will still fight each other if they cross paths. However, the Cubans remain neutral towards Tommy himself, only retaliating if provoked or if he steals their vehicles. The next gang are the Haitians. They are led by Auntie Poulet and operate out of Little Haiti with one major goal: expanding their influence into Little Havana, putting them in direct conflict with their biggest rivals, the Cubans. Auntie Poulet is a mysterious and manipulative figure with strong ties to voodoo and the occult, but what makes her especially dangerous isn't just her gang, it's her ability to control others, including Tommy Vercetti himself. Using a mind-altering potion, Poulet forces Tommy to work for the Haitians against his will, making him sabotage Cuban operations and assist in a turf war. The wild part, Tommy has no memory of what he did once the effects were off. Despite her cunning tactics, Poulet eventually cuts ties with Tommy after he completes several missions for her, warning him to stay out of Little Haiti. But Tommy doesn't just walk away. He breaks free from her influence and fights back. The war between the Haitians and the Cubans reaches its climax when Tommy, now back on Humberto Robina's side, destroys the Haitian drug factory in a drastic assault. This decisive victory effectively ends the Cuban-Haitian gang war, leaving the Haitians crippled. Now, let's talk about the Vice City Bikers. This gang runs downtown Vice City with members frequently hanging out at the Moist Palms Hotel. But their true headquarters, the Greasy Chopper. This is their clubhouse and unofficial base of operations. Some of their members can also be found at the Pole Position Club, adding to their presence in the city's underworld. Led by Mitch Baker, the bikers are exactly what you expect: a family of misfits, outcasts, and badasses. They're rebellious, non-conformists, and most importantly, they don't take orders from anyone. What sets them apart from other gangs isn't just their attitude, it's their exclusive use of motorcycles. They only ride Angels and Freeways, making them one of the most distinctive groups in Vice City. Unlike other gangs, the bikers have a neutral stance towards Tommy Vercetti. They won't attack him on sight, but if he provokes them or steals one of their bikes, they won't hesitate to throw down. This complex relationship adds depth to Vice City's criminal ecosystem, showcasing how alliances and rivalries shape the underworld of the city. Moving on, operating under the umbrella of DPV Security, the Patrol Investment Group, or PIGS for short, walks a fine line between a legitimate security force and criminal organization. On the surface, they provide security for high-profile locations such as North Point Mall, Escobar International Airport, Leaf Links Country Club, and Starfish Island. But behind the scenes, they're involved in illegal protection rackets, often working closely with Vice City triads. Though they aren't as central to the game's storyline as other factions, the PIGS play an important role in Vice City's underworld. They offer protection to prominent clients like Congressman Alice Shrub and even the rock band Love Fist. However, their most notable confrontation with Tommy Vercetti comes when they try to muscle in on his protection rackets in Ocean Beach. In response, Tommy retaliates, wiping out the guards involved and destroying their local office, sending a clear message: Vice City belongs to Vercetti. The last gang on our list is the Street Wannabes, also known as the Sharks. While they may not have the power or influence of Vice City's bigger gangs, they still manage to stir up plenty of trouble. Their leadership is murky, especially after their unnamed boss is eliminated in an airstrike ordered by Ricardo Diaz. This leaves the Street Wannabes without a clear weakening their already fragile position in the city's criminal hierarchy. But even without strong leadership, they still manage to antagonize several factions. They feud with the Vice City Bikers after stealing Mitch Baker's prized motorcycle. They have a strained relationship with Ricardo Diaz after their leader tried to steal from him. They also clash with the Cubans as Tommy ambushes them on orders from Humberto Robina. Surprisingly, the Street Wannabes remain neutral towards Tommy Vercetti during free roam gameplay, even after he eliminates their leader. They only attack if he provokes, just like the other gangs. While they might not be a major player in Vice City's criminal landscape, the street wannabes still add to the game's chaotic atmosphere, proving that in Vice City, even small-time gangs can make big enemies. Now that we uncovered the gangs, it's time to uncover the characters in this game, starting with the main character himself, Tommy Vercetti. His character embodies ambition, ruthlessness, and charisma. Introduced as a former mob enforcer for the Forelli crime family, Tommy's journey from a betrayed ex-convict to the kingpin of Vice City is a compelling narrative of power, betrayal, and survival. Born in Liberty City in 1951 to an Italian-American family, Tommy initially aspired to live an honest life, helping his father in a printing press. However, his life took a darker turn when he became involved with Sonny Forelli, who introduced him to organized crime. In 1971, Sonny betrayed Tommy by setting him up in an ambush that forced Tommy to eliminate 11 men in self-defense. This event earned him the nickname the Hardwood Butcher and led to a 15-year prison sentence. Upon his release in 1986, Tommy was sent to Vice City by Sonny to oversee a drug deal that ultimately went south. Tommy's personality is defined by his ambition and pragmatism. He is highly intelligent and resourceful, but also has a violent streak and a quick temper. His ability to adapt and form alliances with key figures like Lance Vance, Colonel Cortez, and Ken Rosenberg allows him to rise rapidly in Vice City's criminal underworld. While Tommy is ruthless when necessary, he also values loyalty and respects those who helps him achieve his goals. However, his distrust of others, especially those on equal footing, often leads to strained relationships, as seen with Lance Vance's eventual betrayal. Tommy is driven by a desire for power and independence. His rise in Vice City reflects his ambition to escape Sonny Forelli's control and establish himself as a made man. This motivation is evident in his calculated use of violence. While he enjoys causing chaos when justified, he avoids actions that could harm his business interests. Despite his criminal activities, Tommy shows moments of humanity, treating allies like Ken Rosenberg with dignity and even expressing guilt over certain actions. His character design further emphasizes his personality. Tommy's signature blue-green Hawaiian shirt and stonewashed jeans reflect the laid-back yet dangerous vibe of the 1980s Miami culture. His rugged appearance is accentuated by his perpetual 5 o'clock shadow, which adds to his image as a hardened but charismatic gangster. Tommy Vercetti was brought to life by Ray Liotta, whose voice acting played a pivotal role in defining the character's identity. Liotta's performance added depth to his personality to Tommy, making him the first fully fleshed out protagonist in the GTA series. Known for his roles in films like Goodfellas and Turbulence, Liotta brought an authentic mobster persona to Tommy, blending his charm with menace. His delivery of lines captured Tommy's fiery temper, as well as his sharp wit, creating a character that was both intimidating and relatable.
Guess you're the new owner. What are you, mob, cartel? You don't look Mexican. Anywho, I guess you better get on with the things are gonna change around here crap. Maybe threaten one of the drivers. Go steady on Ted over there. He's just had his hernia fixed.
Well, yeah, things are gonna change around here, lady.
Oh, crap, Sonny. Might as well leave this to me. I've been doing this for years.
Now, here's this. We are now under new management, and things are gonna change around here again. Our new management,
Which gang are you?
Well, I'm not part of any gang, actually.
What's your goddamn name, kid?
Vercetti. Tommy Vercetti.
Our new management, the Vercetti gang, is gonna make sure we get no trouble. Capiche? Out.
Did you like the capiche? I like the capiche. So this is how it's worked in the past. We run the firm as usual. If we get any trouble from rival firms, you beat the crap out of them. Then they beat the crap out of us. Then you beat the crap out of them, etc., etc. You got it?
Yeah, I guess.
Just grab a taxi from the garage if you feel like jumping in.
Now, let's look at the game's main antagonist, Sonny Forelli. His relationship with Tommy Vercetti is central to the game's plot, evolving from one of trust to betrayal and ultimately confrontation. Sonny's decision to orchestrate the Hardwood Massacre demonstrates his paranoia and willingness to eliminate potential threats even among his own ranks. Sonny's character is defined by his cunning and manipulative nature. By sending Tommy to Vice City, he attempts to either profit from Tommy's success or rid himself of a potential rival. This calculated move showcases Sonny's strategic thinking and his prioritization of power over loyalty. Throughout the game, Sonny's presence looms large even when he's not physically present, as he constantly pressures Tommy to recover his money and drugs. The voice acting for Sonny Forelli was performed by Tom Sizemore, who played a key role in bringing the character to life. Sizemore's portrayal added depth and authenticity to Sonny, making him a memorable and intimidating antagonist. Sizemore's experience in portraying tough, gritty characters in films translated well to the role of Sonny, helping to create a believable and menacing crime boss.
Hello, Sonny.
Tommy! Tommy, it's been too long. I know. You're just overwhelmed with emotion. 15 years.
Seems like only yesterday.
I guess that's a perspective thing.
Hey, doing time for the family is no piece of cake, but the family looks after its own, okay? So how'd the deal go down? You sitting on some white gold?
Look, Sonny, we were set up. The deal was an ambush. Harry and Lee are dead.
You better be kidding me, Tommy! Tell me you still got the money.
No, Sonny. I don't have the money.
That was my money, Tommy! My money! You better not be screwing me, Tommy, because you know I'm not a man to be screwed with!
Wait, Sonny. You have my personal assurance that I'm going to get you your money back, and the drugs, and I'm going to mail you the dicks of those responsible.
Hey, I already know that. You're not a fool, Tommy, but I warn you. Neither am I. If it was anybody else, you'd be dead already. But because it's you, because we got history, I'm gonna let you handle this.
Look, Sonny, you got my word.
I'll be in touch.
Ken Rosenberg is a pivotal character in the story, serving as Tommy Vercetti's lawyer and initial connection to the criminal underworld of Vice City. Introduced as a shady attorney with ties to the Forelli crime family, Ken plays a crucial role in setting up the drug deal that kicks off the game's main plot. His high-strung personality and nervous demeanor make him a memorable and often comedic presence throughout the story. As the game progresses, Ken's character develops from a simple legal fixer to a more complex individual struggling with substance abuse and paranoia. His relationship with Tommy evolves over time, starting as business partnership but eventually straining due to Ken's increasing instability. Despite his flaws, Ken remains a loyal ally to Tommy, often providing legal assistance and connections to various criminal enterprises in Vice City. Ken Rosenberg is voiced by William Fincher, a renowned actor known for his roles in films like Heat and The Dark Knight. Fincher's performance is instrumental in bringing Ken to life, infusing the character with a nervous energy and frank delivery that perfectly captures Ken's anxious personality. His portrayal of Ken's gradual descent into paranoia and drug addiction adds depth to the character, making him more than just a stereotypical crooked lawyer.
Get some sleep, he says. I have been sitting in this chair all night with the lights off, drinking coffee. This is a disaster. We are so screwed, man. These gorillas, listen to me, are gonna come down here and rip my head off. It's ridiculous. I did not go to law school for this. Okay, now what the hell are we gonna do?
Shut up, sit down, relax. I'll tell you what we're gonna do. You're gonna find out who took our cocaine, and then we're gonna kill them.
That's a good idea. That's a great idea. Let me think. Oh, there's this retired colonel, Colonel Juan Garcia Cortez. He's the one that helped me set up this deal well away from Vice City's established thugs, okay? Now listen, he's holding his party out in the bay on his expensive yacht, and all of Vice City's big players are gonna be there, okay? I have an invite. Of course I have an invite. But there's no way that I'm going out there sticking my head out the door. No way,
I
not
told
gonna
you,
happen.
shut up. I'll go myself.
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey, I like 1978 too, but you know, this isn't gonna be a beer and strippers do. I mean, no offense, but I think that you might turn heads on the runway for the wrong reasons.
What's wrong with the way I'm dressed?
Okay, look, here, stop by Raphael's. Tell him I sent you. He'll make you look respectable. Okay, go, come on.
Now on to Lance Vance. Initially introduced as Tommy Vercetti's ally and partner in crime, Lance's character arc is marked by a mix of loyalty, ambition, and ultimately betrayal. His smooth demeanor and stylish appearance shows a more volatile and insecure personality that becomes increasingly apparent as the story progresses. Throughout the game, Lance plays a crucial role in Tommy's rise to power in Vice City. He assists in various missions and provides valuable connections in the criminal underworld. However, his impulsive nature often leads to complications, as seen in the ill-fated attack on Ricardo Diaz during the Death Row mission. This incident not only highlights Lance's recklessness, but also foreshadows the eventual strain in his relationship with Tommy. As Tommy's empire grows, Lance's frustrations become more evident. He frequently complains about not receiving a fair slice of the profits and feeling undervalued in the organization. This growing resentment, coupled with his desire for recognition and power, ultimately leads to his betrayal of Tommy in the game's climactic moments. What's interesting is Lance is voiced by Philip Michael Thomas, best known for his role as Detective Ricardo Tubbs in the TV series Miami Vice, which, if you recall, was one of the main influences of this game. Thomas's performance is instrumental in bringing Lance to life, infusing the character with a unique blend of charisma and vulnerability. His smooth, cool delivery perfectly captures Lance's outward persona, while also hinting at the character's underlying insecurities and ambitions. Thomas's voice acting added depth to Lance's character, making his eventual betrayal all the more impactful. This nuanced performance plays a key role in making Lance one of the most memorable and controversial characters in Vice City.
Let me guess. You thought I could use a guardian angel.
I'm just saying, you need to let me in there, my man. Now, you can feed me all this lonely tough guy crap, but I know one day I'm gonna save your ass, and you're probably gonna want to kiss me. Wacko.
Moving on, Colonel Juan Garcia Cortez serves as a sophisticated yet morally ambiguous figure in the game's criminal underworld. A retired military officer from an unnamed Central American country, Cortez survived numerous coups and death sentences, emerging as a powerful and resourceful individual. By 1986, he resides in Vice City aboard his luxurious yacht, using his position as a cultural icon to mask his involvement in illegal activities such as drug trafficking, weapons, smuggling, and espionage. Cortez is introduced early in the game when Tommy Vercetti attends one of his lavish parties. Despite his polite and refined demeanor, Cortez is deeply entrenched in Vice City's criminal ecosystem. He becomes an ally to Tommy, offering him work and helping him uncover the truth behind the ambush drug deal that sets the game's events into motion. Cortez's missions often involve high-stakes tasks such as assassinations and stealing military-grade technology, reflecting his connections to both organized crime and international intrigue. However, while he aids Tommy in navigating Vice City's underworld, Cortez primarily acts in self-interest, using Tommy as a tool to further his own agenda. Cortez's character is brought to life by Robert Davi, a veteran actor known for playing suave yet dangerous characters in films like Die Hard and License to Kill. Davi's performance adds gravitas and charm to Cortex, capturing his dual nature as a cultured gentleman and ruthless criminal. His smooth delivery of lines and subtle inflections convey Cortez's intelligence, worldliness, and underlying menace. This performance ensures that Colonel Cortez remains one of the most memorable and supporting characters in this game.
Mr. Vercetti.
Colonel.
Thank you for coming. Please sit. Lobster?
No, thanks.
I am ashamed to admit that one of the causes of our mutual problem appears to have been the loose tongue of a man I used to trust. I've been carrying Gonzalez for years, but now his incompetence reaches new heights. It's only right that you kill Gonzalez.
Did he do it? It's the money that's important to me.
For this kindness, I'll reward you. And then, we will find your money together. He will be at his penthouse, half drunk probably. Use this.
Now let's talk about Avery Carrington. He embodies the ruthless and manipulative nature of extreme capitalism. A Texan real estate mogul, Avery is willing to use any means necessary to ensure his own business ventures succeed, including arson, bribery, intimidation, and even eliminations. His cowboy hat and southern charm mask his cutthroat tactics, making him a memorable figure in Vice City's criminal ecosystem. Avery's missions for Tommy Vercetti often involve unethical schemes to lower property values or eliminate competition, such as inciting riots or demolishing rival construction sites. One of Avery's most notable contributions to the narrative is his mentorship of Donald Love, a young protege who shadows him throughout the game. Avery's philosophy of leveraging chaos for profit profoundly influences Donald, as seen in Grand Theft Auto 3. Avery's strategy of initiating a gang war between the Cubans and Haitians to drive down property prices foreshadows Donald's similar tactic in GTA 3, where he has Claude start a war between the Yakuza and the Colombian cartel for real estate prices to go down. This mentorship highlights Avery's legacy as a manipulative capitalist whose methods ripple across the series. Avery Carrington is voiced by Burt Reynolds, known for his roles in movies like Smokey and the Bandit and The Longest Yard. His performance added depth and charisma to the character. Reynolds' iconic southern drawl and commanding delivery perfectly capture Avery's larger-than-life personality. His voice acting brings authenticity to Avery's blend of charm and menace, making lines both memorable and chilling. Reynolds' portrayal ensures that Avery stands out as one of the most distinctive and supporting characters in Vice City.
Tommy, this is Donald Love. Donald, this here is Tommy Vercetti, the latest gunslinger to come to these parts. Now, Donald, you just shut up and listen, and you might learn something. Now, nothing brings down real estate prices quicker than a good old-fashioned gang war. Except maybe a disaster like a biblical plague or something, but that may be going too far in this case. You getting this down, you four-eyed prick? Now, recently a gang lord died. You disguise yourself and head on down and crash the funeral. Mix it up and then hightail it. You getting this down, Donald? Well, that ought to put the coyote in the chicken coop, huh? And then we'll just sit back and watch the prices tumble.
Ricardo Diaz is a prominent and ruthless figure in the game's criminal underworld. As a Colombian drug baron who established himself in Vice City, Diaz is characterized by his extreme paranoia, violent tendencies, and insatiable appetite for power. His character embodies the excess and danger of the 1980s Miami drug scene that the game satirizes. Diaz's mansion on Starfish Island serves as a symbol of his wealth and influence, while his private army and extensive gun collection underscore his dangerous nature. His involvement in the long-running battle for control of Vice City's narcotics trade places him at the center of the city's criminal ecosystem. Diaz's paranoia and unpredictable behavior make him a formidable and feared presence in the game's narrative. He is introduced at one of Colonel Cortez's lavish parties, where he first encounters Tommy Vercetti. As Cortez begins to investigate the ambush drug deal that sets the game's plot in motion, he subtly implicates Diaz without directly accusing him. This introduction sets the stage for Diaz's complex role in the story as both a potential ally and a dangerous rival for Tommy. Ricardo Diaz is voiced by Luis Guzman, a veteran actor known for his roles in crime dramas and comedies. His delivery of Diaz's iconic lines, particularly during moments of rage or paranoia, adds depth and authenticity to the character. Guzman's ability to convey both Diaz's power and his underlying insecurities play a crucial role in making the character memorable and believable within the game's over-the-top world.
Not so pleased with yourselves now, huh?
Whoa, watch where you're waving that thing.
No more pigeon shit on my car, eh, Tommy?
Guess not.
You're damn right. Now listen, you know who owns the fastest boat on the East Coast?
Not offhand, no.
Me! And I want it to stay that way. Every smuggler from here to Caracas has one dream, a faster boat. Rumor has it the boatyard has just completed such a vessel for some Costa Rican dickhead. And Tommy, I want that boat. Ah, I thought I got you! Where'd you come from? Pigeon!
I think your pigeons...
Phil Cassidy is a colorful and complex character. Now, understand, he made his first appearance in GTA 3, but I saved his character analysis for this video instead, feeling like it truly fits here. He's portrayed as a redneck arms dealer with a penchant for firearms and a deep involvement in the illegal weapons trade. Cassidy's character is defined by his extreme patriotism, gun enthusiasm, and his dubious claims of military service, which are contradicted by official records. Cassidy's involvement in various illegal activities extends beyond weapons dealing. He's known for distilling his own moonshine, a potent and dangerous alcoholic concoction. This aspect of his character plays a significant role in the game, where his experimentation with the volatile substance leads him blowing his arm off. In Vice City, Phil Cassidy is voiced by Gary Busey, whose performance brings the character to life with a perfect blend of eccentricity and intensity. Busey's distinctive voice and delivery style add depth to Cassidy's persona, making him one of the most memorable and supporting characters in the game. His portrayal captures Cassidy's unstable nature, patriotic fervor, and rough around the edges charm, contributing significantly to the character's impact on the narrative and the player's experience. In both GTA Vice City and GTA 3, Phil Cassidy serves as a key contact for the protagonist, providing access to high-grade weaponry and engaging in the player in missions that showcase his expertise in firearms and explosives. His character adds a unique flavor to the game's narratives, embodying the excess of danger of the criminal world while maintaining a bizarrely likable quality.
You Phil Cassidy?
What?
I'm looking for a man who can handle a gun. From this setup, I'm not too convinced.
Son, I can shoot a fly off your head at 80 feet.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I learned it in the Army.
Fly shooting real popular in the Army? Glad I don't pay tax.
You trying to be funny, kid? Let's shoot!
Mitch Baker, also known as Big Mitch, is a prominent character. As leader of the Vice City Bikers, Baker is portrayed as a tough, aggressive Vietnam War veteran with a deep-seated distrust of authority. His character embodies the stereotypical outlaw biker, complete with a penchant for hard rock music and a fierce loyalty to his gang. Baker's role in the game revolves around his interactions with Tommy Vercetti, who seeks the bikers' help in providing security for a Love Fest concert. Before agreeing to assist, Baker puts Tommy through a series of tests to prove his worth, including winning an illegal street race and causing chaos around the city. These missions showcase Baker's rebellious nature and his disdain for law and order. The character of Mitch Baker is voiced by Lee Majors, a veteran actor best known for his roles in television series like The $6 Million Man and The Fall Guy. Majors' performance brings a gravelly, authoritative tone to Baker, perfectly capturing the character's rough-edged personality and commanding presence. His delivery of lines, particularly when ranting about the treatment of war veterans or threatening the V-Rock radio DJ Laszlo, adds depth and authenticity to Baker's persona. Major's voice acting plays a crucial role in bringing Mitch Baker to life, making him one of the most memorable and supporting characters in Vice City.
I'm looking for Big Mitch Baker.
Who's looking?
Tommy Vercetti.
Vercetti? You don't look like the law, so that's bought you a minute. You better talk fast.
Ken Paul said you might be interested in pulling security for a gig he's got set up.
Kid Paul? Shish. No wonder he sent you. The last time he was here, he left through the window in nothing but his limey birthday suit.
Are you interested or not?
We only do favors for our own.
How do I join?
This ain't no country club, boy. Can you handle a bike?
Can you sit on a stool and drink?
Cougar, Zeppelin, go see how this girl handles a bike.
Mercedes Cortez is a supporting character known for her flirtatious and carefree personality. She is the daughter of Colonel Cortez. Despite her father's high status, Mercedes rebels against his expectations, choosing to immerse herself in Vice City's dark lifestyle. She frequently associates with figures from the city's entertainment and criminal scenes, including Tommy Vercetti, Love Fist, and Candy Sucks. Mercedes first meets Tommy at one of her father's parties, where she immediately exhibits a playful and flirtatious demeanor. While the game hints at a potential romantic subplot between Mercedes and Tommy, this storyline is never fully developed. Instead, Mercedes serves as a recurring character who introduces Tommy to various elements of Vice City's nightlife, such as the Pole Position Club and the adult film industry at Enter Global Studios. By the end of the game, Mercedes agrees to star in an S film directed by Steve Scott, further cementing her role as someone who embraces Vice City's dark side. Mercedes is voiced by Fairuza Balk, an actress known for her roles in films like The Craft and The Waterboy. Balk's performance adds depth and charm to Mercedes' character, capturing her playful yet rebellious nature. Her slurty delivery of lines and flirtatious tone make Mercedes stand out as a lively and memorable presence in the game. Balk's portrayal helps convey Mercedes' duality. She's both a product of Vice City's indulgent culture and a character seeking independence from her father's shadow. While Mercedes does not play a central role in the main storyline, her interactions with Tommy and other characters provide insight and comedy into Vice City's atmosphere.
Mercedes! Cara mia, could you look after our guest while I attend to my necessary obligations?
Of course, Daddy.
Please, excuse me.
Mercedes?
You try living with it. Anyway, let me point out some of our more distinguished guests. That's our Congressman Alex Shrub with rising silicone star, Candy Sucks.
And have you met my lovely wife, Laura? No? Well, unfortunately, she's in Alabama. This is Candy.
And over there, we have the Vice City Mamba's star titan, BJ. Always the charmer.
I blocked down on him, and then I put him in a wheelchair.
That is good. Well, now, I'm looking at some prime...
And that poolside amphibian is Jez Torrent, lead singer with Love Fist.
Yeah, can I tell you? Do you know how they play ping pong in Thailand? Let me tell you. It does not involve a paddle, if you know what I mean.
Impotent. And the chatty trio, that sleeping sweat gland is Papa's right-hand gimp, Gonzalez. And the other two are Pastor Richards and pseudo-intellectual film director Steve Scott.
Throws a passion with the Nympho invaders when the giant shark comes in and just bites their dicks off. Now, you never saw anything like that before.
Colonel, your party is ever a triumph. I can only apologize.
Oh, de nada, amigo. How do we find you?
Our business is very trying. Barbarians at the gate. A time for rewarding one's friends and liquidating one's enemies, amigo.
Who's the loudmouth?
Ricardo Diaz. He's Mr. Cope.
Mercedes!
Oh, I was just taking my friend back into town. Another time, Ricardo.
Ricardo, let's go.
Let's get out of here. Actually, take me to the pole position.
Aunt Paul is a colorful and influential supporting character in the game. As a British expatriate deeply embedded in Vice City's musical scene, Paul serves as a key informant and connection for Tommy Vercetti. His character is defined by his extensive knowledge of the city's criminal underworld. Paul's personality is a mix of sleaze and charm, often hinting on anything with a pulse while maintaining a network of contacts across various criminal organizations. His ability to provide crucial information makes him a valuable, if sometimes unreliable, ally to Tommy. Paul's involvement in the music industry, particularly his management of Love Fist, adds depth to his character and provides a link to Vice City's vibrant nightlife and entertainment scene. Kent Paul is voiced by Danny Dyer, whose performance brings the character to life with a distinctive accent and energetic delivery. Dyer's portrayal captures Paul's maniac energy, his desperation to be liked by the band he manages, and his often misplaced confidence. The actor's ability to convey both Paul's street-smart nature and his more pathetic moments adds layers to the character, making him memorable and entertaining throughout the game.
Where'd you pop up from? I've been looking for a bird like you for ages, mate. You know why?
I'm looking for some English guy.
Kent Paul. Kent Paul, mate. Yeah, I'm the governor around here. I'll sort things out. You know what I mean? I'll treat you. Whatever you want, I'll get you, girl. Don't you worry about a thing, mate.
Get lost, honey.
Wait.
You Kent Paul? I'm a friend of Rosenberg's.
Rosenberg. Oh, that bonkers ambulance chaser. That guy could defend an innocent man all the way to death row. Get another drink, bruv.
Everybody's a comedian. Listen to me. I'm missing 20 keys and a lot of cash.
Drugs, mate? It's a mugs game.
What do you know about it?
Well, what I was coming to was, there's some chef come trumpet shifter who deals at kitchen of a hotel on Ocean Drive. He's been looking real pleased with himself lately. You could go and check him out.
I will. And I'll be seeing you around.
Yeah, that's right. Go and walk away, you mug. I'll knock you spark out. Give me a drink. And where's that slut?
Jez Torrent is a prominent and supporting character in the game, serving as the lead singer of the Scottish heavy metal band Love Fist. His character embodies the stereotypical 1980s rock star, known for his excessive lifestyle, womanizing tendencies, and substance abuse issues. Jez's role in the game involves hiring Tommy Vercetti for various tasks, including procuring drugs and women for the band, which highlights the nature of Vice City's entertainment scene. As a character, Jez Torrent is played as a brash, pompous, and deeply entrenched in the rockstar lifestyle. His interactions with Tommy and other characters in the game provide insight to the excess fame and the darker side of the music industry in Vice City. Jez's character arc includes a descent into drug addiction, which adds to his portrayal and reflects the game's themes of excess and self-destruction. Jez Torrent is voiced by Kevin McKidd, a Scottish actor known for his roles in various films and TV series. McKidd's performance brings Jez to life with an authentic Scottish accent and energetic delivery that captures the character's larger-than-life personality. His voice acting plays a crucial role in making Jez Torrent a memorable and believable figure within the game's vibrant cast of characters. McKidd's ability to convey Jez's bravado as well as his more vulnerable moments adds depth to the character and enhances the overall narrative experience of Vice City.
Yes! Brilliant, bloody brilliant! Hey, Tommy! Glad you could make it. Hey, you ever met Love Fist before?
No, I haven't, but I've always loved your music.
Let me introduce you to the band. This is Percy, Dick, and Willie's in the Kazi, and that was Jez in the booth earlier. And guys, I want you to meet a good friend of mine. This is Tommy. We go way back.
Hey, pal. And, what was your name again?
Leave it out, Jez, you remember. Don't be playing them games with me, mate. I'm too crafty for that, sunshine.
English prick. Like good
See,
one in America.
The thing is, Tom, the boys need some help. They ain't too connected here. They don't have the old hands, your father.
We need some drugs, pal. Gotta get on the old Love Fist
nice
Fury, you know?
Yeah!
Well, this is Vice City, man. What's the problem?
Love juice, man.
We need love juice men, can?
Love juice?
Aye, 2 parts boomshine, 1 part trumpet, 5 fizz bombs, and a litre of petrol. Can you help us out, pal? Oh, it would really mean a lot
You
to
can
the
do that for the boys, right?
Auntie Poulet is a pivotal character, serving as the elderly matriarch and leader of the Haitian gang. She is portrayed as a mysterious and powerful figure deeply involved in Vice City's criminal underworld, particularly in the drug trade. Auntie Poulet's character is defined by her use of voodoo and mind-altering potions, which she employs to manipulate Tommy Vercetti into carrying out missions against the rival Cuban gang. Auntie Poulet's role in the game highlights the complex gang dynamics in Vice City as she orchestrates attacks on the Cubans while keeping Tommy unaware of his actions through her potions. Her character adds a unique supernatural element to the game's narrative, blending traditional crime drama with the elements of mysticism and manipulation. Despite her advanced age, Auntie Poulet is shown to be a formidable and cunning leader, heavily protected by her Haitian gang and deeply entrenched in the city's criminal ecosystem. Auntie Poulet is voiced by Miss Cleo, a famous television psychic. Miss Cleo's performance brings authenticity and depth to Auntie Poulet's character, with her distinctive voice and delivery capturing the character's mystical and authoritative nature. The choice of Miss Cleo for this role adds an extra layer of credibility to Auntie Poulet's portrayal as a voodoo practitioner, giving Miss Cleo's public persona as a psychic. Her voice acting significantly contributes to making Auntie Poulet one of the most memorable and dangerous characters in Vice City.
Hello? Hello? Come in, my dear, and rest your soul. You must be the big bad man my granddaddy been chatting about. Tell me things about you, you know, when he visits, and about the others who wait for you. Now, we all dead from long time, but you, I wouldn't want to be in your shoes.
I got a message to come here.
Can you hear them? Them calling your name, boy, must want you pretty bad, don't you think? Now you do old Auntie Poulet a turn, and maybe she help you. Maybe she can give you a little juju after all of this. Give you some magic to give the lawman the stink eye.
Look, this is all very, give me what? Yeah, I think I got the wrong address.
Give me these things, Tommy. The nasty proud foo-foos. Been making my boys shake their heads. Now they told the policeman where me been stashing my powders. They think it drugs. Them stupid. Now be a good boy, Tommy, and go and get the powders for Auntie Poulet.
Yeah, sure.
Umberto Robina is a prominent supporting character and serves as the leader of the Cuban gang in Little Havana. He is portrayed as a macho, hot-headed individual with a strong sense of pride in his Cuban heritage. Umberto's character adds depth to the game's exploration of ethnic tensions and gang rivalries in Vice City, particularly through his ongoing feud with the Haitian gang. Umberto's interactions with Tommy Vercetti form a significant part of his character arc. Initially skeptical of Tommy's abilities, Umberto puts him through various tests to prove his worth. As Tommy completes missions for the Cubans, Umberto grows to respect and trust him, eventually considering him a valuable ally in the war against the Haitians. This relationship showcases Umberto's loyalty to those who earn his respect as well as his strategic approach to gang leadership. Umberto is voiced by Danny Trejo, a renowned actor known for his tough guy roles in films like Machete and From Dusk Till Dawn. Trejo's performance brings authenticity and charisma to Umberto's character, perfectly capturing his masculinity and bravado. His distinctive voice and delivery of lines have become iconic with the game, contributing significantly to Umberto's memorable presence. Trejo's portrayal adds so much to Umberto, making him more than just a stereotypical gang leader and helping to establish him as one of the most colorful and engaging characters in this entire game.
See, man? Hey, easy, papi. This man's for me. You the boy? Oh, yeah. You the boy. I think so, you know.
No, I don't think I do.
Oh, yeah? You come here, tough guy. You think you'll take me on? You think you'll play stupid with me?
No, I think you're playing plenty stupid enough for both of us.
Hey, he call you dumb, son. And I call him a little girl, papi. Look at him, all dressed up like that. What is this, ladies' night? You some kind of tough guy? You dress like a woman? You got on panties like a woman too, huh?
What do you got against women? You prefer men, big boy?
I like women. I like all women. I love my mother, Chico.
All right, I'll take your word for it. Relax.
Can you drive, amigo?
Yeah, like a woman.
Very funny. I like you, big boy. Maybe you can help. Maybe you can prove you're a man, huh? Take out the boat. Show me you got some big cojones. And not some little bitty chiquita ones.
Now, the last character I'm going to cover from this game is Steve Scott. He's portrayed as an ambitious but struggling adult film director. His character adds to the game's satirical take on the entertainment industry in 1980s Vice City. Scott is introduced when Tommy Vercetti acquires the Interglobal Film Studio, becoming involved in the adult film business as part of his expanding criminal empire. Scott's character is defined by his artistic aspirations that often clash with the realities of the adult film industry. He frequently proposes grandiose ideas that are incongruous with the genre, much to Tommy's frustration. This tension between Scott's creative vision and the commercial demands of the industry provides both humor and commentary on the challenges faced by filmmakers in Vice City's morally ambiguous entertainment scene. Steve Scott is voiced by Dennis Hopper, a legendary actor known for his roles in films like Easy Rider and Blue Velvet. Hopper's performance brings a unique energy to Scott's character, perfectly capturing the director's over-the-top ambitions and desperation underlying his artistic pursuits. Hopper's distinctive voice and delivery add credibility to Scott's character, making his outlandish ideas and behavior both believable and entertaining within the game's satirical world. The choice of such a renowned actor for his role underscores the game's commitment to creating a rich cinematic experience, with Hopper's performance significantly contributing to make Steve Scott a memorable and integral point in Vice City's colorful cast of characters.
Okay, what's the problem now?
Shh. Well, after his close encounter with the Nympho invaders, our hero finds himself unable to think of anything but this huge phallic mountain. And that's when I want to do the scene with the vat of mashed potatoes, but then
I don't give a crap about that. Just keep going. You mentioned something about some legal problem on the phone.
Congressman Alex Shrub has jumped on the pre-election bandwagon. He's going after the Puritan vote. Rumors are he's going to support measures to restrict, shall we say, the more fleshy aspects of this nation's great entertainment industry.
Okay, all right. Okay.
Candy, you know Shrub. You guys get up to anything kinky?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
All right there.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Candy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Candy. You got that.
Was that part of the, or was she talking to?
Hey, I can never tell. Anyway, you're probably best following her after the shoot. See if she'll lead you to their new love nest.
You got a camera?
Yeah, get him a camera.
Alright, so GTA Vice City took everything that made GTA 3 great and cranked it up to 11. Just like GTA 3, you got a linear story, cinematic cutscenes, and even celebrity voice actors. But the biggest game changer? Tommy Vercetti can actually talk. Unlike Claude, who stayed silent the whole time, Tommy has a voice, and that alone added so much to the game's personality. Now, let's talk about where Vice City really shines. Its atmosphere. The cars, the fashion, the style, and most importantly, the soundtrack. While I'll argue that the sandbox world itself is a character, the music here is the real MVP. I wish I could play some of these tracks, but let's be real, this video would get slammed with copyright claims left and right. That said, let's just talk about some of the songs that bring this game to life. The first song you hear on the PS2 version, Billie Jean. That one track alone instantly sets the tone for this game's era. Flip over to Fever 105, you got the Mary Jane Girls All Night Long or Wanna Be Starting Something by Michael Jackson playing. But if you ask me, one of the biggest standout songs in this game is Self Control. The soundtrack was stacked, and honestly, outside of Tommy Vercetti, the music was the real hero of Vice City. If you wanted to take a moment and just listen to music, you could do so. Go to audio and just listen to the radio as is. The soundtrack was a massive hit. The other biggest addition to this game was the start menu map. You can now pause the game and look at the map and plan your routes wisely. Unlike in GTA 3 where you had to have the manual map or either memorize the map, even the pan sprays stay on the map now too, unlike GTA 3 where they would just disappear after finding it. But now, let's get into the driving. Straight up, Vice City's driving is miles ahead of GTA 3. In that game, driving was rough and cars felt like they were made out of paper. After 5 hits, they were already on fire. But in Vice City, cars run smoother, and while the handling physics can get a little wonky if you crash, you might get around 10 to 12 hits before your car starts smoking or blows up. And if your car is about to explode, you can now bail out and keep it rolling. Of course, not everything improves. Much like Claude, Tommy still can't swim. If you hit the water, it's an instant death. So yeah, that mechanic didn't change at all. But one of the biggest new additions, motorcycles. This was the first game in a 3D universe to introduce them, and you could ride dirt bikes, mopeds, and of course, angels. It added a whole new way to cruise through Vice City. Another big improvement in Vice City was actually having a use for money. In GTA 3, there were only 2 missions that required Claude to spend cash. Other than that, you could be sitting on millions with nothing to spend it on. But in Vice City, there's always reason to have funds. Tommy can buy various assets across the city, and in most cases, he has to complete a few tasks before those assets are turning into money farms. These tasks range from spending $300 at a pole dancing club to selling special ice cream to 50 people. The game makes you feel like the world is yours. And here's the kicker. Buying these assets isn't optional. If you don't purchase and complete their missions, you can't access the final part of the story. So yeah, assets are mandatory. Another cool detail, Tommy can own up to 7 safe houses all over Vice City compared to Claude's measly 3 in GTA 3. Speaking of safe houses, one awesome change is that saving and loading your game restores Tommy's health. In GTA 3, you had to find heart icons or, well, spend some quality time with certain ladies to get some health back. Now, let's talk missions. Overall, Vice City's missions aren't as difficult as GTA 3, but there are still some real headaches. For many, the hardest mission is Demolition Man with Avery Carrington. But let's be real, the real worst mission in this game is the driver. In this mission, Tommy has to race Hillary and earn his respect, and honestly, it's brutal. There are tons of YouTube tutorials for this one mission alone, and I gotta say, I almost wasn't able to beat it myself. This video might have got delayed because of it. Luckily, I finally pulled it off, but for some players, this is where their 100% completion dreams died. Now, speaking of 100% completions, let's break down Vice City. This game has a total of 86 missions. There are 38 story missions that drive the main narrative, 19 asset missions like those from the Malibu Club and Vercetti Estates, 6 racing missions, 5 phone missions, which pays homage to the original Grand Theft Auto, 3 stadium missions, 4 off-road missions, 3 remote control missions, 1 Sparrow mission, and 7 side missions. To hit 100% completion, you must complete everything. Just to put that into perspective, you can finish the main story and buy the bare minimum number of assets, and you'll still only be at 45% completion. Classic GTA 3 side missions made their return. Plus, a few new ones. Paramedic. If you complete it, Tommy gets infinite sprint. There's Firefighter. Finish this and Tommy becomes fireproof. There's Taxi Driver. Finish it and Tommy's taxis get a hydraulic jump when honking. And last but not least, Vigilante. Maxing this out boosts Tommy's armor to 150. Now, there were also new additions like the shooting range, which Tommy needed a score of 45 points at ammunition. Then there was Pizza Boy, where Tommy had delivered pizzas, and doing so upgraded his health to 150. And last but not least, there was robberies. Holding up certain stores will make cash drop, but you'll get up to 3 stars in the process and have to avoid cops. All of these are required for 100% completion, and they add a ton of extra gameplay. Hidden packages make a return in Vice City, with Tommy needing to find 100 of them to unlock some sweet rewards. Collecting these packages spawns items like armor at his safe houses, a Colt Python, and even a Rhino tank at Fort Baxter Air Base. Rampages also return, letting Tommy go absolutely nuts with a single weapon and a simple objective: cause chaos. On top of that, there are 36 unique jumps scattered across the city, adding even more thrills for completionists. Another cool addition: outfits. Unlike Claude, who was stuck in the same outfit, Tommy can switch it up. His classic blue shirt and jeans, that's just a start. He could rock a purple suit, casual clothes, a little Havana gang member outfit, a bank heist suit, and even a cop uniform. And if you 100% complete the game, you get a special reward: Tommy's 100% completion t-shirt. The best part? The shirt literally says, and I quote, "I completed Vice City and all I got was this lousy t-shirt." It's a hilarious nod to those who went the extra mile to complete everything the game has to offer. At the end of the day, GTA Vice City took the foundation of GTA 3 and refined it into something even bigger, better, and more immersive. From smoother driving mechanics and an expanded arsenal of side activities to a real use for money, the game felt like a true evolution. Tommy Vercetti's personality gave the story an edge, while the vibrant 80s atmosphere and legendary soundtrack made Vice City an experience unlike any other. Whether you're gunning for 100% completion or just cruising the neon-lit streets to self-control, this game made sure there was always something to do. And that's what made Vice City so unforgettable. It wasn't just about the missions or the story. It was about owning the world and making it your own. The first port of GTA Vice City dropped on October 29, 2002 for North American markets and on November 8, 2002 for European markets, both for the PlayStation 2. This port is widely regarded as the definitive version of the game, offering unique features and optimizations that distinguish it from later ports. This version includes distinct post-processing effects like the bloom and heat haze, which enhance the game's visual atmosphere. These effects give Vice City a vibrant and nostalgic aesthetic that complements the 1980s Miami-inspired setting. As the original platform for Vice City, the PS2 version holds a special place in gaming history. It introduced players to Tommy Vercetti's rise to power and a vividly realized open-world inspiration by 80s pop culture, making it, for most, the most favorite way to play. Moving on, the next port was the Windows port, which dropped on May 13, 2003 for North American markets and May 16th for European markets. This port brought several significant enhancements and exclusive features to the game. This version received critical acclaim, with Metacritic calculating an average score of 94 of 100 based on 30 reviews, making it the highest rated Windows game on the platform in 2003. One of the most notable exclusive features of the Windows port is the ability to import custom music for personalized radio stations, allowing players to create their own soundtrack for the game. Additionally, the PC version supports custom player skins, enabling greater character customization options. Visually, the Windows port offers significant improvements over its console counterparts. It features enhanced graphics with improved car details, environment textures, and weather effects. The port also boasts an increased draw distance, allowing players to see further into the game's world. However, some reviewers noted that the higher resolutions could highlight visual imperfections. Performance-wise, the Windows version benefits from faster load times compared to the console versions. It also has reasonable system requirements, making it more accessible than the GTA 3 PC port. The port supports higher resolution and features more detailed textures throughout the game world, making it an admirable port of GTA Vice City. On November 4, 2003, North American markets would get their hands on GTA Vice City in a bundle pack with GTA 3 for Xbox fans. European markets will also get the same treatment on January 2, 2004. This version brought several improvements and exclusive features to the game, enhancing the original PlayStation 2's release. One of the most notable exclusive features of the Xbox port is the addition of a custom radio station that allows players to play songs from their Xbox hard drive. This feature gives players the ability to personalize their in-game music experience, adding a new layer of immersion to the game. Visually, the Xbox version offers some enhancements over the PlayStation 2 original. It featured more detailed vehicle models with improvements to the rims, engines, and interior textures. The cars in this version have a noticeably shinier appearance, adding to the game's visual appeal. Moving on, Vice City will make its appearance on the Mac OS on November 12, 2010. This version is essentially a straight-up port of the original PC version, allowing Mac users to experience Vice City natively on their systems. One notable aspect of the Mac OS port is that it was released during a period when several songs were removed from the game due to expired licensing contracts. As a result, this version and subsequent releases have slightly altered soundtracks compared to its original release. Now let's talk about how Vice City made its way to mobile users. It started with Apple users on December 6, 2012 and Android users on December 12, 2012. This port dropped to celebrate the game's 10-year anniversary. The mobile port includes enhanced visuals such as updated character models, improved lighting effects, and smoother textures. These graphical updates give the game a polished look that suits modern devices while preserving its nostalgic neon aesthetic. Reviewers praised enhancements for making Vice City pop. Visually, they thought they were not considered drastically different from the original. Another exclusive feature was the addition of customizable touchscreen controls. Players can adjust camera sensitivity and movement options to suit their preferences, making the experience more accessible despite the inherent limitations of touchscreen gameplay. While some reviewers criticize the controls for being awkward during character movement or combat, others appreciated the effort to improve usability through customization options. Despite its strengths, the mobile version faced criticism for its touchscreen controls, which many reviewers found less intuitive than traditional console or PC setups. The lack of precision in driving and combat mechanics was noted as a drawback, though custom control layouts helped mitigate these issues. Now, as time progressed, the PlayStation 3 port of Vice City became available as part of the GTA 3 Trilogy bundle on the PS3 store. This version is based on the original PS2 release and is listed as a PlayStation Classic, meaning it does not include trophies or graphical updates. However, due to licensing issues, over 20 songs are missing. They included songs like Billie Jean and even Video Killed the Radio Star. The PS3 port offers players a way to experience the game in its original form, though it may have some minor performance issues like the occasional lag and sometimes frame skips. It's also worth noting this version of the game would also be ported over to PS4, also missing them same songs. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room, the definitive edition. The Definitive Edition introduced numerous changes to modernize the game, but also removed or altered several elements, making it a divisive release among fans. Developed by Grove Street Games and built on the Unreal Engine, this version aimed to enhance the original with updated graphics, improved controls, and quality of life features. However, these updates came at the cost of some features and content that were integral to the original experience. Several moments from the original Vice City were removed or altered in the Definitive Edition. Most notably, much like the PS3 version, a number of licensed songs were also cut from the game due to expired music licensing agreements. Tracks like Billie Jean and Running with the Night were among those missing, which significantly impacted the iconic soundtrack that played a key role in defining the game's atmosphere. Additionally, some visual details were censored or changed. For instance, Confederate flags that appeared on certain in-game assets were replaced with generic designs. This change aligns with Rockstar's broader efforts to remove controversial symbols from their games, but it was met with mixed reactions from fans who valued historical authenticity to the game's original release. Take this scene with Umberto and watch how it changes in the Definitive Edition.
Hey, ladies, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to make love like a man. You know that, chica? Something like this.
Gross. Loser.
Hey, baby! I wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole. Humberto Robina, he likes the ladies, not some goat in a skirt. Tommy, I love you. I love you. Let's go.
Go where? Can I get a cup of coffee first?
No time for coffee. Besides, I just had one.
Oh.
Tommy, how do you take out a snake? You bite him in the ass. You go and get us a little car. When you get it, come back and pick up my boy, Pepe, and take them out to such and such, their processing plant.
Whatever you say, Umberto.
Hey, Tommy, use their solvent as an explosive. Boom! Bye-bye.
Umberto, what about you?
I'm going to stay behind and watch over that cafe with Papa. He's not feeling so good, you know? Hey, lady, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna kill me a Haitian. And then I'm going to make love like a man. You know that, chica? Something like this.
Gross. Loser.
Hey, baby! I wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole. Humberto Robina, he likes the ladies, not some goat in a skirt. Tommy, I love you. I love you. Let's go.
Go where? Can I get a cup of coffee first?
No time for coffee. Besides, I just had one. We're gonna take out the Haitians. Tommy, how do you take out a snake? You bite him in the ass.
Whatever you say, Umberto.
Tommy, you go and get us a little Haitian car. When you get it, come back and pick up my boy, Pepe. And take them out to the Haitians. Then, you go around to the Haitians' processing plant. And you use their solvent as an explosive. Boom! Bye-bye!
Umberto, what about you?
I'm going to stay behind and watch over that cafe with Papa. He's not feeling so good, you know?
With the Definitive Edition aimed to modernize Vice City for new audiences, many fans felt it failed to capture the charm of the original due to these omissions and inconsistencies. The changes made it feel like a different experience rather than an enhanced version of a beloved classic. Despite its improvements in accessibility and visuals, it struggled to fully replicate what made Vice City iconic in its original form. Grand Theft Auto 3 received widespread critical acclaim upon its release in 2002. The game's engaging storyline, immersive open-world design, and nostalgic 1980s setting were particularly praised. Reviewers highlighted the game's soundtrack, featuring a diverse collection of licensed 80s music as a standout element that perfectly captured the era's atmosphere. The voice acting led by Ray Liotta as Tommy Vercetti was also commended for its quality and depth, adding to the game's memorable characters and narrative. Vice City won numerous awards across various categories. It was recognized as the Console Action Adventure Game of the Year at the 6th Annual Interactive Achievement Awards and received several BAFTA Game Awards, including Best Design, Best Sound, and Best Action Game. The game also won the Ultimate Game of the Year at the Golden Joystick Awards, further solidifying its status as one of the best games of 2002. Ray Liotta's performance as Tommy Vercetti earned him a Spike Video Game Award for Best Performance by a Human.
Give it up for the winner of Best Performance by Human. Ray Liotta, Grand Theft Auto Vice City.
You took him out. I don't think we're going to be getting any more heat from up north either. Because there ain't no up north anymore. It's all down south now.
Wait, does that mean what I think it means? Tommy, baby!
What do you think it means?
That we're in charge. I mean that you're in charge. Oh, Tommy!
You know, Ken, I think this could be the beginning of a beautiful business relationship. After all, you're a conniving, backstabbing two-bit thief, and I'm a convicted psychotic killer and drug dealer.
I know. Ain't it just beautiful?
Let's get going right. Put it together for the baddest good fella in video games, Ray Liotta.
Thank you. Thanks. For some reason, I've had trouble my whole life convincing people that I really am a very nice guy. And now that I'm in Vice City, well, forget about it. Thanks to all the guys at Rockstar, and I'm looking forward to the next one. Thank you.
The game's impact on the gaming industry was significant, with many considering it a benchmark for open-world games. It raised the bar for interactivity, storytelling, and audio design, influencing subsequent titles in the series and beyond. Despite some criticisms regarding controls and technical issues, Vice City remains a beloved classic, celebrated for its vibrant setting and engaging gameplay. Its legacy continues to be felt, with many fans and critics naming it one of the greatest games of all time. In addition to its critical success, Vice City was a commercial hit, contributing to the growth of the Grand Theft Auto series into a cultural phenomenon. The game's success paved the way for future titles like San Andreas, which we'll get to, and GTA 4, which we'll also get to, each building upon the foundations laid by Vice City's innovative design and immersive storytelling. Today, Vice City is remembered not only for its achievements in 2002, but also for its enduring influence on the gaming industry as a whole. Now, despite its critical acclaim, it was embroiled in several controversies upon its release. The game's depiction of violence and criminal activities drew criticism from various special interest groups who labeled it as explicit and promoting harmful behavior. In Australia, the game had to be pre-edited to receive a mature 15+ classification, with the uncensored version only released in 2010. One of the most significant controversies surrounded the game's portrayal of Haitian immigrants. In November 2003, the Haitian Centers Council and Haitian Americans for Human Rights protested in New York, claiming the game depicted Haitians as thugs, thieves, and drug dealers, and encouraged violence against them. Rockstar Games issued an apology and removed offensive statements from future copies of the game after New York Mayor Michael Bloomberg threatened legal action. The game was also implicated in real-world violence. In 2003, 18-year-old Devin Moore shot and deleted 2 police officers and a dispatcher in Alabama, reportedly stating, "Life is like a video game. Everybody's gotta die sometimes." This led to a $600 million lawsuit against Rockstar Games, Take-Two Interactive, and other companies, claiming that Moore's experience with Vice City led him to commit the crimes.
Imagine if the entertainment industry created a video game in which you could decapitate police officers, kill them with a sniper rifle, massacre them with a chainsaw, and set them on fire. Think anyone would buy such a violent game? They would, and they have. The game, Grand Theft Auto, has sold more than 35 million copies, with worldwide sales approaching $2 billion. 2 weeks ago, a multi-million-dollar lawsuit was filed in Alabama against the makers and marketers of Grand Theft Auto, claiming that months of playing the game led a teenager to go on a rampage and kill 3 men, 2 of them police officers. Can a video game train someone to kill? Grand Theft Auto is a world governed by the laws of depravity.
Sorry, but I need this.
See a car you like? Steal it. Someone you don't like? Or who had played Grand Theft Auto day and night for months. Attorney Jack Thompson, a longtime crusader against video game violence, is bringing the suit.
Are you saying that Devin Moore shot 3 people in the head because of a video game?
What we're saying is that Devin Moore was, in effect, trained to do what he did. He was given a murder simulator. He bought it as a minor. He played it hundreds of hours, which is primarily a cop-killing game. It's our theory, which we think we can prove to a jury in Alabama, that but for the video game training, he would not have done what he did.
Moore's victims were Ace Mueller, a 911 dispatcher, James Crump, a police officer, and Arnold Strickland, another officer who was on patrol in the early morning hours of June 7, 2003, when he brought in Devin Moore on suspicion of stealing a car. Moore had no criminal history and was cooperative as Strickland booked him inside the Fayette police station. Then suddenly, inexplicably, Moore snapped.
This is where it happened. According to Devin Moore's own statement, he lunged at Officer Arnold Strickland, grabbing his .40 caliber Glock automatic, and shot Strickland twice, once in the head. Officer James Crump heard the shots and came running. Moore met him about here in the hallway and fired 3 shots into Crump. One of those shots was in the head. He kept walking down the hallway towards the door of the emergency dispatcher. Once here, he turned and fired 5 shots into Ace Mueller. Again, one of those shots was in the head. Along the way, Moore had grabbed a set of car keys. He went out the door to the parking lot, jumped into a police cruiser, and took off. It all took less than a minute, and 3 men were dead.
The video game industry gave him a cranial menu that popped up in the blink of an eye in that police station, and that menu offered him the split-second decision to kill the officers, shoot them in the head, flee in a police car, just as the game itself trained him to do.
After his capture, Devin Moore is reported to have told police, quote, "Life is like a video game. Everybody's got to die sometime." Moore is awaiting trial in criminal court. A suit filed by the families of 2 of his victims claims that Moore acted out a scenario found in Grand Theft Auto. You, the player, are a street thug trying to take over the city. In one scenario, you can enter a police precinct, steal a uniform, free a convict from jail, escape by shooting police, and flee in a squad car.
I've now got the entire police force after me. You have to eliminate all resistance.
Nicholas Hamner, a law student at the University of Alabama, demonstrated Grand Theft Auto for us. Like millions of gamers, the overwhelming majority, he says he plays it simply for fun.
So you've already shot about 8 cops inside before you got out the door?
Looked about like that.
And now you're stealing a police car?
David Walsh, a child psychologist who's co-authored a study connecting violent video games to physical aggression, says the link can be explained in part by pioneering brain research recently done at the National Institutes of Health, which shows that the teenage brain is not fully developed.
Does repeated exposure to violent video games have more of an impact on a teenager than it does on an adult?
It does, and that's largely because the teenage brain is different from the adult brain. The impulse control center of the brain, the part of the brain that enables us to think ahead, consider consequences, manage urges. That's the part of the brain right behind our forehead called the prefrontal cortex that's under construction during the teenage years. In fact, the wiring of that is not completed until the early 20s.
Walsh says this diminished impulse control becomes heightened in a person who has additional risk factors for criminal behavior. Devin Moore had a profoundly troubled upbringing, bouncing back and forth between a broken home and a handful of foster families.
And so when a young man with a developing brain, already angry, spends hours and hours and hours rehearsing violent acts, and then he's put in a situation of emotional stress, there's a likelihood that he will literally go to that familiar pattern that's been wired repeatedly, perhaps thousands and thousands of times.
But look, Dr. Walsh, you've got probably millions of kids out there playing violent games like Grand Theft Auto and other violent games who never hurt a fly.
Right.
So what does that do to your theory?
Yeah. Well, not every kid that plays a violent video game is going to turn to violence, and that's because they don't have all of those other risk factors going on. It's a combination of risk factors which come together in a tragic outcome.
Leading to take down GTA with Jack Thompson. Now, you're going to hear his name a lot in my GTA videos from this point on, so be prepared. Jack Thompson, a well-known video game critic and attorney, frequently targeted Grand Theft Auto in his crusade against violent video games. He was particularly vocal about the game's depiction of violence and its potential influence on young players. Thompson often linked violent behavior to games like Vice City, claiming they could inspire real-world aggression. Thompson was involved in several high-profile cases and controversies related to Grand Theft Auto. One notable example was the Devin Moore case from earlier that we just spoke about, where Thompson claimed that Moore's actions were influenced by playing Grand Theft Auto Vice City. Thompson used this incident to further his argument that violent video games could lead to violent behavior in real life. Thompson also reported that he had videotaped a Miami Best Buy employee selling a copy of Grand Theft Auto Vice City to his 10-year-old son, which he used as evidence of irresponsible retail practices. His activism often involved lawsuits and public statements aimed at the video game industry, particularly targeting Take-Two Interactive, the publisher of the Grand Theft Auto series. Despite his efforts, Thompson's claims and lawsuits were often met with skepticism and criticism from both the gaming community and legal professionals. Some people, although, did share this concept of his thoughts. Just look at ABC News.
At the violent, and some people would certainly argue the demeaning side of a national pastime. By this we mean video games, and the way women are sometimes beaten, sexually exploited, or otherwise mistreated in them. 145 million Americans say they regularly play video games, and today, with people Christmas shopping for them, the National Institute on the Media and the Family has said that many parents are buying these games for their children without knowing what is in them. And as you will see, they can be pretty rough. ABC's Jackie Judd tonight on A Parent's Dilemma.
During this season of goodwill and peace, this is what many children, boys mostly, are hoping to find under their Christmas trees. Video games filled with mayhem. Duke Nukem. Whacked. In the hottest selling game, Grand Theft Auto Vice City.
Oh yeah, baby.
Points are earned for having sex with a prostitute. Then, more points for killing her.
Yeah.
11-year-old Andrew Creel might get Vice City for Christmas. He often plays an older version of the game at friends' homes.
People are driving bombs into buildings and blowing them up and stuff.
Is that cool?
Yeah.
I've bought Vice City. I don't know if we're giving it to him. My husband thinks maybe we shouldn't give it to him.
Lisa Creel knows in general what the game is about.
But like so many parents, she never really saw it. A survey of 600 parents and teachers showed that only 3% actually were aware of the content, especially the increased violence towards women.
What it does is it contributes to a culture where women are objectified, where women are treated as sexual objects, and in extreme examples, extreme cases, where women are attacked.
But a few academics and feminists now believe video games are a safe way for boys to get out their aggression. Game makers have long argued that playing violent games does not make a person violent.
People who try to scapegoat technology, entertainment, games for crimes are really, I think, making rather fanciful and, frankly, fairly demagogic leaps.
Lisa Creel agrees with that. Still, when she saw Vice City up close,
Okay, that was pretty bad.
she had second thoughts about giving it to Andrew.
It's
You think it's
inappropriate.
going back?
Yeah, it'll probably go back. But he'll still play it.
Not on Christmas morning in his own home, he won't. Jackie Judd, ABC News, Washington.
But regardless of what people have said about this game, it was still a hit for new fans and fans of GTA 3. Vice City took everything from GTA 3 and improved it, making it not only a love letter to the 80s, but also a timeless classic. When I was growing up, Grand Theft Auto Vice City was the first GTA game I ever played, mostly because my brother was obsessed with it. Later on, I used to play it with some of my other family members. Whenever I played it with my cousins, we did it the old-fashioned way. Survive as long as possible, try to rack up a 6-star Winer level, and pass the controller when you died. That was our childhood. Even back then, I knew the game was a hit, but I didn't fully grasp how big it really was until I got older. Looking back, I can admit the over-the-top violence definitely caught my young mind's attention, but there was something more. This game had an emotional connection to me. I didn't play it again until years later when I got my PS3 and revisited it as a PS2 classic. My brother watched me play, getting hit with nostalgia just like I did. But there's one thing we noticed right away. Something that made this version feel different. The music. See, in my mind, Vice City is programmed a certain way. The moment Tommy gets into his first car, I always expect to hear Michael Jackson's Billie Jean. That song defined the experience for me. But this version, silence. And it's the same on the PS4 version and even in the definitive edition. That's when it hit me. Rockstar nailed this game's atmosphere with a soundtrack, but ever since, licensing issues have been holding its true potential back. Think about it. The best way to play Vice City today is still with the original PlayStation 2 disc. For this video, I played it that way, and honestly, it was a way more memorable experience than any of the re-release versions. But Vice City wasn't just about gameplay. It had an incredible story. Even as a kid, I can tell this game pulled inspiration from 80s movies and shows, but playing it as an adult, the influences are so obvious. While working on this video, I finally sat down for the first time and watched Scarface. And man, the connections are everywhere. Vassetti Estate is practically a copy of Tony Montana's mansion. Tony and Tommy share similar character arcs, and that right there is something I never picked up as a kid. Where GTA 3 was influenced by The Godfather and The Sopranos, Vice City was all about Scarface and Miami Vice. Hell, Lance Vance's voice actor, he was Detective Ricardo Tubbs from Miami Vice. The game was drenched in 80s culture, and that's exactly what made it shine. What else is there to say? Grand Theft Auto Vice City wasn't just a great game, it was a cultural moment. It was both a commercial and critical juggernaut, the perfect follow-up to GTA 3, and a game that fully cemented Grand Theft Auto as a household name. And let's be real, controversy only fueled its success. The more people protested, the more people wanted to play. These games dropped at a time when people loved pushing back against the establishment. What was seen as negative by some was a badge of honor to others, whether it was movies, music, and in today's context, video games. Looking back at the ones who fought to ban this game, they never really won. All they managed to do was censor a few lines and re-releases, but the true experience is locked away on the original PS2 disc. And that's the sad part. Not everyone has a PS2 or a copy of the game anymore. But there is some people that will always find a way. So, if you never played Vice City, I urge you to take a weekend, fire it up, and experience it for yourself. Because in this game, the world is yours. If you made it to the end of this video, I want to thank you for tuning in. I know we covered a lot, but I hope I hit all the key points that make Vice City such a great game. And if I missed anything, I know somebody's going to tell me in the comment section. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that like button. It really helps with the algorithm. Next week, we're diving back into the Mortal Kombat Takeover with Mortal Kombat Special Forces. And in 2 weeks, the Rockstar Takeover continues with Midnight Club 2. If that sounds like your kind of speed, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on a thing. This is the Retro Phantom, signing out.